All right. It looks like we are live. What is going on, BriHive? We are back for yet another members a live stream on this lovely Saturday evening. Today, we are going to be covering some Reddit stories with some juicy topics. And I will not lie to you guys, these are going to be live reactions to these Reddit stories. I basically just looked at the title, looked at the length of the story, and then said, okay, these are good to go. So we're going to be talking about a couple of different things. We actually have a poll going in the on the live stream chat. If you want to post, I'm all over the place. If you want to vote and let us know which story you want to cover first. I do have 6 stories. I don't know if we're going to be able to get to all of them on the live stream, but we do have 6 stories to go over. So make sure you vote in the chat to let us know what story you want to cover first. And just a reminder, this is a members live stream. So if you are a BriHive member of the channel, you can join the live stream. The link is in the community tab under the BriHive level membership. So if you do want to join, you can join. The link, like I said, is in the membership, but you have to filter it. I don't know if you have to filter it, but it should pop up in just the BriHive members channel or the members. Why can I figure out what I'm trying to say? The members BriHive level community tab. That is where you can find the link, and just be sure to wear your headphones to reduce the background noise. And we are about to get into the stories right away. So like I said, the poll is already there. So make sure you vote, and then we'll jump into that. Make sure if you are watching live to go ahead and drop in the comment section so that we can say hello before we start inviting all the members onto the live stream to give us their opinions on these Reddit stories. I know the A-holes are pretty good and pretty funny. So if you want to give your opinion live and you are a member of the channel, you can join the live stream. So let me go ahead and check out the likes. Where are we at right now? We're at 6 likes with 11 people watching live. So if you haven't already, please do hit the like button. It does help us out in the algorithm. It helps us get more friends in the live stream and on the replay crew. We love the replay crew as well. So if you haven't hit the like button, please do. We're going to go ahead and make our like goal for the stream 50 likes. We did reach it on Thursday. We hadn't reached it for the week before. So if we can reach the like goal again this week, that would just be fabulous for the channel. So again, if you haven't hit the like button, please do. And just a reminder, this is, a chill live stream, a members live stream. We're going to be talking about some not serious, but funny topics on Reddit. So if you have a beverage, an adult beverage of your choice that you would like to join or that you would like to drink on the live stream, and also chat in the chat or get on the live stream and chat in person, that is completely okay. I have a bootleg kind of margarita situation going on where it's like lemonade and tequila and it's all good. Also have my little mini bar set up over here. So if I run out of anything, we can refill. So this should be a pretty funny live stream once we get some people joining in with us. So let me just go on in a bit. Yes, Kimmy, actually, I did not send it to you, but I just sent it to myself, which makes absolutely no sense. So let me go ahead and forward the actual links to Kimmy real quick, because I was sitting here. I sent it to myself, but I did not send it to Kimmy, who helps me a lot. So I don't know why I did not send it to Kimmy. And your email is not popping up for me. Let me see. Okay, there you are. There you are. Okay, you should have the links coming to you right now for Kimmy, and then we'll go ahead and jump in the chat and say hello to everyone. Y'all, excuse me. Like I said, that was really weird. Like I said, on the last live stream, I did go to brunch with my friend, and we did do bottomless mimosas. They were very weak, so they didn't get me any type of buzz or anything like that. But for whatever reason, it gave me a cough attack. So if I keep clearing my throat, that is why I have some TMI, too much mucus or something in my throat, and it's making me cough a lot. So I'm sorry if I'm clearing my throat or coughing on the live stream, but that I had a cough attack at the restaurant. But again, the mimosas didn't really do anything. So anyways, let's go ahead and have Bossy B bring us in so we can check out the comments. I felt like that was an opening that was all over the place. I think it was all over the place, but that's okay. We're going to have a good time regardless. We got the Vince Moore, member of the channel. Hello, welcome in. Saying first out of the gate, howdy, BriHive. Hello and welcome in. Nice to have you tonight. Hopefully, we will see you joining in the live stream. We got Alexis Carney, also a member of the channel, saying, oh, just got back from my run and gonna shower, but hopefully I don't miss joining in. We hope to have you here live. We have 6 stories. Like I said, I don't know if we'll get to them all. It just depends on how many chatty Cathys we have joining on the live members with everyone coming on the screen, but we should be able to get through all of them. So we should still be here by the time you are done showering. Hope the run was wonderful. I need to exercise too, but you know, it's the weekend, so it is what it is. Alexis Carney says, watching while I stretch after the run and stuff. Okay, you are legit. Like, can we give a round of applause for the legit of the running? Because Bree just like goes out and does not stretch, which is bad. I ran track in high school, but for whatever reason, as an adult, I'm against stretching a lot of the time. So shout out to Alexis for doing the things right. We got Cheryl C, moderator of the channel, saying, hey, everyone, hello and welcome back in. Nice to have you in tonight. Looking forward to your opinions on these Reddit stories. I'm saying that, Cheryl, but to be honest with you, I did not read these stories. So I hope that they're good. I read the title and made sure they were long enough, but I don't know if they're actually good stories. So hopefully, if they're bad, we can make them good, right? Amy Evans, another member of the channel, hello and welcome in, saying, I was going to join, but StreamYard won't work. Okay, did you get the link? I posted the link. Let me know if it's not working. If so, I will have to fix that up. Let me see here. Where'd it go? It should be the right link. It's showing me the right link. So I have copied it. And I guess we can just do like let me repost it in the community tab. I will also send it to Kimmy too. And make sure that the link is working, because I didn't check the link, but it should be working. So hopefully we can get that fixed for you and allow you to join into the live stream. But welcome in, Amy Evans. Ohio Palma, another member of the channel, saying hello, everyone, dropping a B emoji. Hello and welcome in. Nice to have you in tonight. Like I said, I'm seeing all these members badges popping up. So I hope to see everyone joining into the live stream. All the members joining into the live stream and giving us your opinions live. Chat is cool, but like live reactions are the best, right? Right. Okay. Kimmy Locker, moderator, member, paralegal and consultant of the channel, says, hello, BriHive, getting a grown-up drink and join it in a few. Well, we will be happy to see you here. It is a grown-up drink. It is grown-up drink BriHive membership live stream. I don't know if that goes with the flow. Oh, I said in the car, like I was driving to brunch, I was like, we can call it like boozy BriHive. Like, I don't know, like, does that give us a ring? But we don't really like boozy, like the one that tried to sue all the that tried to sue Nate the lawyer. I don't know if that's too crazy. Like, I mean, not too crazy, but too close to boozy, the one that tried to sue Nate the lawyer. But also boozy means like, you know, adult beverage, the feeling of adult beverages. So can we call it boozy BriHive? We're not talking about Chris Boozy. We're not talking about that guy. Is his name Chris? I'm pretty sure his first name is Chris, but we're not talking about him. We're talking about like the feeling of adult drinks. But anyways, we will have Kimmy joining us live in a minute. Alexis Carney says, I hope you feel better. To me, am I feeling bad? I don't remember. What ailment did I have this week? That's the real. Are you talking about my cough attack? Yeah, I'm okay. Clear though, if I had any other ailments this week, let me know, because I forget. Things are always attacking me at this point. Alexis Carney says the yes to Kimmy Locker. Self-care is more important. Of course, of course. Alexis Carney says, everyone keep Bree here as long as possible for my self-indulgence. We are going to be here. We're not going anywhere anytime soon. Deacon Fatal, member and moderator of the channel, saying hello all. We hope to have you join it live with us. Deacon Fatal always come with the best comments. Alexis Carney saying, I appreciate you. Alexis Carney says you got to stretch before and after. It makes all the difference, especially if you're, I'm going to mess that up. Sciatica, like me. I will start. But how about we do this? I will start stretching, okay? Deacon Vito says stretch all the time. I know, it's just, I don't know. know why I want to skip it. I really haven't really been to the gym in a while. I've really just been walking lately. So maybe that's why I'm avoiding the stretching. But you guys are right. I'm not gonna say you're wrong. You're right. I should be stretching. Adult beverage sip number 1. Deacon Fatal says, stretch all the time. Cheryl C says, we'll make him good. LOL. Amy Evans says, my husband's computer doesn't support it. Oh, okay. That's not, your computer is what's not like in StreamYard. You're able to join on your phone. I'm just saying. Not you, it's me. It's not, are you breaking up with me? It's not you, it's me. Charlene Anderson says, happy Saturday, everyone. Hello, welcome into the live stream. Happy Saturday to you as well. If you can't tell, some people are probably already lit for the day. Deacon Fatal says hi to Amy Evans and to Charlene Anderson. Everyone saying hi to each other. Alexis Carney says, LOL. LOL. Why would I pronounce it like that? And maybe the margarita. What did I have? Maybe the mimosas are already like, they're just sitting there dormant, and then this margarita drink just is like piling on top of it because I am already messing up. Okay, Alexis Gandhi says, LOL, I was talking about the coughing. I hope no other ailments befall you. Thank you very much. It is the coughing. It was bad. Like, I had 2 cough attacks, one in the restaurant and then one when I was dropping off my friend. So yeah, I don't know what's going on there, but hopefully it is all good. I think it's because I've been talking too much, which is crazy because I talk too much every Tuesday and Thursday evening with y'all, and I don't really have the cough attacks. I just stutter. Just Me MD says, hey, BriHive buzzing in and sending love from East Texas. Hello, welcome in. Nice to have you here tonight. What happened to the weather being bipolar and the pollen is popping? But no worries. Welcome back into the live stream. Nice to have you in. Charlene Anderson says, the buzzed BriHive. That's a good one. Why are you guys better at coming up with these than me? Like, why am I not creative at all? But I keep putting my face on YouTube. You guys should start YouTube channels. Like, I'm so serious. I know Alexis Carney has one. I know Smalls has one. Why are there not more channels from the members and the watchers of the BriHive? You guys are very, very creative. I'm telling you. Start your own channel. Start your own channel. Come on. Deacon Fatal says, nothing wrong with walking, but I still have to stretch. I know it doesn't seem like you don't, but I still need to stretch, right? Mr. Howard, another member of the channel, saying Emily D. Baker even does stretch breaks. Does she? I haven't watched one of her live streams in a minute. I'm just like working too much, and I haven't watched some of my favorite YouTubers in a long time. So maybe I do need to do stretch breaks. Alexis Carney, and it will make you all believe that I have legs. I remember when everyone went to Alita's wedding and like they were posting pictures of all the YouTubers, the lawyers on YouTube. They're like, oh my gosh, you guys actually have legs. Like, yeah, we do have legs. We are capable. We walk and things like that. We talk about other things other than lawsuits. So yeah, maybe I do need to do stretch breaks. Alexis Carney says, I'm too millennial. I'm trying to stop saying LOL, but it keeps coming out of me. It's the way I was trying to pronounce it while being like a little bit too lit. Maybe I'm already lit. I don't know. Alexis Carney says, out of me. Oops. No, it is all good. The LOL is like a necessary part of conversation and text message or text. I mean, I guess this is kind of text message, but it's like comments on YouTube, you know, but text. Typing, okay? Typing things out. Eileen, another member of the channel, saying, hey, BriHive, hello and welcome in. I hope you will be joining in a moment as well. Nice to have you back tonight. Alexis Carney says, have your Troy and Abed in the morning moment. I don't think I don't know what that's referring to. Deacon Fiddle says, cause I don't want to what? You know, I forget things. Just Me MD says, cause it was hot as hell today and the power went out. Understandable. Weather bipolar for sure. This morning it was like so gloomy. I was like, oh, it's probably gonna rain. I went to brunch, y'all. So I was like, oh, I'm gonna wear a skirt with like the little thermal stockings, the one that like make it look like they're not leggings, but they are leggings, but they're like your skin color under black tights. I was gonna wear that and then like a long sleeve turtleneck, and then like I looked outside, it was hot. I didn't wear that. I'm happy I didn't wear that, but the weather this morning really tricked me into almost wearing that. Cheryl C just became a member again, so I hope she will be joining us in the live stream, but shout out to you. I know Cheryl C has been a member before, but a member again. Welcome back to the membership. For those of you that don't know about the membership, you can join the BriHive membership, or we have two. We have a larva membership for the baby BriHive, and then we have a BriHive membership for mostly the OGs are in the BriHive membership. But as a member, you get cool emojis, cool badges next to your name, and you get to join me live during the live streams on the member live streams. I don't know if that made sense, but you get to join live and show your face and have your comments out loud and, proactive. And you don't have to just sit in the chat. You can come on and interact live with the BriHive, which is, fun. All right. But welcome back to the membership, Cheryl C. Amy Evans says, I have no headphones that connect to my phone. So next time, maybe, hopefully, we're doing it every month. I think we've been on track so far since like March. Am I wrong? Am I right? I don't know. But I think we've been on time. So hopefully next time. Deacon Fatal says you are, but that's okay because you are at home. That is true. That is true. Alexis Carney says that's a community reference. Is it? What was it? Troy and a bit? Community to what? I think I'm a little bit confused. Y'all gonna have to explain that one to me because I'm a little out of it. Charlene Anderson says, while it is hot for a lot of people, it snowed here yesterday. Where are you? I would like some of that chill, but honestly, the snow is really cold. Like, I don't really like it. I do like it. I do. I think it's cute. I think it's beautiful. I think it's fun. There's fun activities, but I don't like the cold. Like, my body does not adjust to the cold well. So hopefully you're okay there. Deacon Fatal says it was very hot today. It was hot, but it tricked me this morning. Cheryl C gifted one Boss Attorney Bree membership. Shout out to you. Thank you very much. Yay. We just got a new member. It went to Abby Loves Sunshine. Oh, and then we got another one. Was gifted to Just Me MD. Welcome back to the membership. So shout out to Cheryl C. Thank you very much. All right. Okay. Deacon Fatal saying welcome back to Cheryl C. We got Kimmy coming in as a robot. I don't know if I can hear you if you're trying to talk yet. Leela Wells saying hi, hello, welcome into the live. Oh gosh, I thought I was like all caught up with the chats, and I'm not. Okay, here, I'm going to take a little margarita boost. Leela Wells, welcome in. Nice to see you again tonight. We got Phoenix Waller saying, finally sitting down for this, ready for some Saturday fun. Is this fun, y'all? Like, is streaming fun? I was like, I have to stream tonight. I was telling my friend this. She was like, what do you talk about? She's like, I'll try to watch tonight. Like some freaking best friend. You don't watch my live streams. I think I'm pretty entertaining, but it's okay. It's okay. But I hope you guys are having a good time. Just me MD saying thanks to Cheryl C. Mr. Howard saying on a computer all day. So sorry. I just want to listen and participate in the chat. No problem. We are going to have a good time regardless. Deacon Fatal saying it was around March where we've been consistent. Thank you, Deacon Fatal. Cheryl C says, hey to Deacon Fatal. Good to see you. I've been on Replay Crew a lot lately. Glad I could catch a live. Yes, welcome back, of course. Deacon Fatal said same. Charlene Anderson's, I'm in Jackson Hole, Wyoming. That is Jackson Hole? That's an interesting city name. But Wyoming, I don't know if I will ever go there. But, it's happy to have snow. It's good to have snow in a situation where we're all having sun. Jackson Hole, never heard of that. Alexis Carney says, well, you're done with the live. When you're done with the live stream, I highly suggest looking up Troy in a bed in the morning montage, and you'll know what I'm talking about. Okay, makes sense. Welcome in, Kimmy.
Thank you. I did tests with my mic, and I have a backup plan, so clearly the camera would have an issue, but I kind of blame you, like, you spoke into reality.
Yes, if it wasn't a robot sound, it had to be the robot camera.
Yeah.
Welcome in. How are you this lovely Saturday?
I am good. It is hot, but I got my grown-up drinks.
Okay, grown-up drinks. What are you having?
So I just got a little beer, but also
just a beer.
Since you said like no back-to-back shots, and I I don't even like shots anymore, but you said that and it stirred something in me, so I've also got tequila.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that works. That works. So, yeah, I mean, do the shot of tequila. We're going to get into the stories. No, I completely forgot I said that until you said it.
I come from a tech family. Like, I don't feel like I should have this many issues, but
it just wants to explode. It doesn't want you to be great. That's what it is. The tech does not want you to be great. I'm gonna finish up the chats and then we'll jump into the stories. I did email you the links that I have.
Okay.
I put up a poll for 4 of them. Looks like we have a good amount of votes coming in. Oh, you guys, if you're just now joining and you haven't voted, in the chat on the live stream, we did put up a poll of what stories to cover first. So make sure that you vote to make sure we cover the story that you want to see first, I guess. And we'll probably cover all of them, but just the order that you want to hear them in. Okay, let's see. We got Deacon Fatal says, I don't like cold in summer. I mean, that does make sense. Deacon Fatal gift him 5 Boss Attorney Bree memberships. Shout out to you. Thank you very much.
Oh, the memberships reminds me, Bree. Troy and Abed in the morning community, like the TV show Community, is what that's from.
I have no idea what that is.
Oh boy, it's good. It's you know what? You know what? It's
older or am I young?
Yes.
Yes. Which one?
Listen, I'm only a couple years older than you, so it's not an age thing. You just have not been exposed to it.
I'm just not hip.
Right. See, and I keep telling my niece I'm so cool. I know Community. This is an example. But it's an attorney who like fakes his law degree and gets caught, so then he has to go back to community college.
Oh.
We should react to it. They have some Okay, I'm not going to get too off track now. I'm going to pull some scenes. I think we should react to some of Community.
Okay. I had no idea what that was. So thank you for catching me up to speed. I'm just not I'm not up to speed on that one.
And hi, Deeks.
I think, okay, we got Cheryl Reed. Hello, welcome back into the live stream. Nice to have you in tonight. We got some people saying hi. Alexis Carney saying, if I'm not getting paid, the tech loves me, but if I need to rely on tech for money, I'm F. Or wait, let's see. Yeah, we like to cuss. No, we don't like to cuss on the channel. That's why we got the censor. Okay, Cheryl. Like what was that?
We kind of like to cuss.
Yeah, I think the chat likes to cuss. I just don't sound natural cussing because I don't cuss. Hey, I'm gonna tell y'all a story about why I don't cuss. I'm gonna tell you a story, but let me finish the chats and then I'll tell you the story. So Cheryl C says, I joined in, but I'm already in my PJs. Come, we don't care. You can still join in. So I would have to be sound only. Don't need my PJs on the interwebs. Why not? Are they like cool or not cool? Are they too
sexy?
Too sexy. That's what it is. Oh gosh. Charlene Anderson says, I'm old Bree, but I know Community. It's funny. I don't know. We'll have to see. Mr. Howard says, I thought it was a medical degree, I guess.
If they're talking about Community, then no, it's definitely a legal or a law degree.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's what she's talking about. And then Deacon Fatal says, I'm working on not cussing. Okay. I'm going to tell y'all my story of why I don't cuss. Oh, I don't know if it's why I don't cuss, but it's, I don't know. Either way, when I was like 8 years old, I just got a potty mouth and I was like cussing, and it was at like my cousin's apartment. And then there was like this other kid there that was the same age, from probably 8 to 10 years old. And he basically told us that it was bad. And I don't remember the exact words of what he said, but he was just like, it's in so many words, it's unprofessional. At 8 years old. And ever since then, and mind you, this was not like a nerdy kid. This is somebody that you would expect to be cussing as well, like a hood kid, not the best influences and all this stuff. And he basically was like, no, you shouldn't cuss. And ever since then, I don't cuss. So shout out to that kid. He probably cusses these days, but I don't know what he said that day. I don't remember the wording, but he was just like, why are you guys cussing? You're only 8 years old. And I was like, yeah, you're right about that. I guess it's not professional. And, as an 8-year-old, you would like to be professional in 3rd grade. I don't know how that came to be, but that's why I don't cuss. It's not professional, I guess.
Damn, that is deep rooted.
It was very deep. I remember the exact location we were at, like how the kids, I don't know if you guys did it. Huh?
Oh, it's like a trauma. You remember the exact location and everything?
I remember the exact locations. I don't know if you guys have this in Georgia, but there's like these little electrical boxes. They're like green here. And like the kids used to hang out on the electrical boxes. I don't know why we used to do that, but we did. And we were in an apartment complex on this electrical box. And we had a speech by another 8 to 10-year-old child that told us that it was unprofessional to cuss. So
I wonder what he's up to.
I wonder what he's up to.
Were you in your like Winnie the Pooh?
I was not in Winnie the Pooh, but I tell you, he was a kid that you would expect to also cuss. Like if I had to guess where he is in life, I would guess that he's probably been to jail a couple of times, and maybe not. Maybe he just had a different aesthetic than his actual lifestyle. But from his aesthetic and what we used to play as kids and the behavior from kids, I would expect for him to have gone to jail a couple times. But I don't know where he is these days, but he is who encouraged me not to cuss.
Maybe he just wanted to corner the market. He wanted it all to himself.
Maybe that is what it was. But now you guys know why I don't cuss. I don't even know if my cousin knows why that's why I don't cuss, because she doesn't really cuss much either. She'll cuss a little bit, but not much. And we were both there during the speech, so I don't know what happened. And my siblings that weren't there during the speech, they for sure cuss. I don't know.
You just need practice, I think.
I need to practice cussing.
Yeah.
And probably. It just doesn't sound natural for me. It doesn't sound natural. More bass in my voice?
Yeah.
I don't know. I just don't feel comfortable. I can drink on a live stream, but not cuss. Like, why would I do that? It makes no sense, right?
Maybe if you drink enough on the live stream.
We'll see. I have backup ice, juice, drinks, and water. So we'll see how far we get. Before we jump into the chat, we have to say hello to we got Smalls, who is a moderator of the channel today, not a member, but welcome in. Nice to see you. And we also have Tanya D in the chat saying hello, everyone. Hello, waving black hand. I see you. Welcome into the live chat. Nice to have you, moderator and member. I tell y'all, Tanya has been the longest member of the live stream, and I think Deacon Fatal is right behind her. So welcome in. Nice to have everyone tonight. I gotta actually get into the stories. I can't just keep running my mouth at this point. Okay. So can you help me stay on track? Okay.
Nah.
No. It's Saturday. So yeah, we don't need to be on track, but also I can't be on here all night. Okay.
We'll see.
Okay, well, I'm halfway done with my drink. I've also already had, and there's no ice in there, so I'm serious. I've also already had, I don't even know how many bottomless mimosas, but they weren't strong, so I don't even count those. Those are weak as heck. And then I had one drink before the live stream that my husband made for me. So I would give the mimosa like one drink on its own. So we're about 2.5 drinks in for me. I don't know where everyone else is.
I'll catch up.
Okay, catch up. Hey, you're later in night, so you can turn up. All right. Okay, so we have the poll. We have which story to cover first. We got outshining the bride, calling the wife fat, taking advantage of a girlfriend, and going to dinner basically topless. I thought outshining the bride was winning, but going to dinner basically topless it has 52%.
That's what I voted for.
So we're gonna start off frisky, I guess. So let me get my life together to be, basically topless. Okay, let's see in the poll. Do you guys want to see the same stories popping up in the vote, or do you want different stories? Because I only have 6 stories picked out. But anyways, let's go ahead and jump into that one. I got it pulled up, so let me just share the screen. Okay, and again, these are live reactions for me. I just saw the title, saw the length, and just went with it. So here we are. Am I the a-hole for coming to dinner basically topless? Okay, we need a little bit more information. And Kimmy, are you going to put the polls up for the chat to vote who's the a-hole or not?
Yes, I am. I'm quick skimming it now to see the parties.
Okay, sounds good. So I'll start reading it. Okay, come on, mouse. Okay. I've dreaded posting for a while because I'm afraid I might be the a-hole, but I just gotta know. So here it goes. They don't type the best on these things. But anyways, my parents-in-law and brother-in-law came to visit and stay for a month with my husband, 27, and I, 28 female. After I had my baby, for context, if it makes any difference, I'm German, husband and his family is Italian. The baby was 3 months old at the time and I breastfed her. Usually I just nurse on the couch in the living room, but because company was staying, I'd go to my bedroom. After I nursed her, she'd fall asleep and take a nap and I'd have some free time. Since family was visiting, I tried to plan her naps around our mealtime to spend time with family uninterrupted. My mother-in-law has this thing that when food is on the table, you be there pronto. Sometimes I'd be late coming to a meal because babies can be unpredictable and she wouldn't fall asleep right away or nursed longer than normal. To this, my mother-in-law would barge into the room and announce food was ready, all impatient. This startled the baby and made the process last longer than it should have. The result is I had to eat much later than everyone else alone and the food was cold. It left me filming, more work to do with the baby, and I'm secluded. This happened several times. I asked my husband to talk to her and explain I can't always come on time. He talked to her, but she still did all this anyway. So I simply decided to stop being late to dinners. The next time she barged in my room and announced food was ready, I came out with no hesitation. I came to the table exactly as I was, no shirt, half a bra, baby hanging on one tit. Not one tit. Nothing was seen as Nothing was seen as the baby's head covered up everything anyways, but still, into uproar goes something like mother-in-law exclaims, "What the hell are you doing at the table like this? I'm indecent. There are men at the table. I should be ashamed." I yelled back, "What the hell does she keep calling me to the table for if I'm not yet ready? I have no reason to be in my room alone with my baby while everyone else is out having a great time together." Brother and father-in-law are trying not to get in on the argument. Husband ushers me back to the room and scolds me. "Oh, husband, you might be on the list here. I don't know what can be put there, but husband might be on the list." Husband scolds me, taking his mother's side. He means he gets I'm frustrated, but this action didn't help anything. But after that, mother-in-law didn't bother again while I was busy with the baby. So what if I came to meals a little after everyone had started eating? The roof didn't cave in. Anyways, everyone lived happily ever after. The end. Am I the a-hole? So
okay, so the options I put the nursing mom, mother-in-law, everyone, and no one, because you can only have 4 options. So
okay, so summary of the situation. Wife is a breastfeeding mother of a 3-month-old. The family of husband came to visit, and mother-in-law was cooking, which is helpful, right? But she would basically rush mom while she was tending to the baby to come to dinner, and would be upset when she didn't come on time. So mom, OP, came to the table with the boob out and the baby hanging on the boob. I feel the mother-in-law is the a-hole. That's my opinion. We'll see what the chat says. I see what Kimmy got some start. Let's see what the chat says, and then we'll go ahead and get my opinion, Kimmy's opinion, and then we'll look at the vote. How about that? Okay, so we had some members come in, so let me get that. Okay, Deacon Fatal says, okay, stayed for a month. I don't think that's unreasonable. They stayed for a month. Deacon Fatal says the mother-in-law can kick rocks already to me, right? Kind of overbearing. Deacon Fatal says, don't feed your child. Like, yeah, that's weird. Tanya D says, wait, she's at home, right? She's at home in her own bedroom, feeding the baby. But she's late to dinner, so her food is cold. Deacon Fatal says, what nonsense. I would like to see how everyone's voting. Cheryl C says, husband and mother-in-law are the a-holes. Okay. Deacon Fatal says, no, she is not the a-hole. Wife is not even on the table for me for being the a-hole. I don't know what y'all are thinking. Cheryl Reed says, that's a great way to teach mother-in-law to have some empathy and to kind of put it in her face. Yeah, I agree. Charlene Anderson says, I can't imagine someone staying for a month. Really? You don't think that's when someone has a baby? I
think it depends on the relationship you have with them. Like, if you're close and you have a good relationship, yes. If it's someone who like barges in and continues to wake up your new baby and demand that you come right now, like, I think I would have been good after a few days.
Yeah. I'm gonna have some things to say after we get through the chat. Month, I would expect moms, if you have a good relationship with your family, for the mom's mom at least to stay a month. I don't know if everyone agrees with that or not. Phoenix Waller says free boobies. Yeah, free boobies. For everyone at the table, even the brother-in-law, I guess. Deacon Fiddle says it's a baby. It is a baby. Tiny D says, good for mom. Don't rush me, lady. In my own house? Oh, no. Not in my own house, especially. Mm-hmm. Island says everyone could have handled it better. Really? I'm with mom.
Island, I'm curious, what would you have done if you were the mom then? Like, how could she have done it? What should she have done?
For OP.
Yeah.
Okay. Lady, let me not mess this up. Nitayak 1412 says, it's dinner time. Baby is hungry. Baby is hungry at the same. I mean, the mom can eat at the same time as the baby. That's what mother-in-law thinks. Alexis Carney says, that to me is a sign of abusive relationship. I would literally get a divorce over this. Really? I don't know if I would get a divorce over it. I would just say, your mama can't come to my house anymore. I don't know if I would get a divorce over it. They are misogynistic. Yeah, perfect.
Can I say it?
You can say it. I don't care. I like my sensor.
No, that's fine.
Kimmy wants me to practice my cuss words on live stream.
Yeah, you know what? Take another drink. Finish it up. Let's get to getting. We will perfect it this stream.
I don't want to be a cusser.
No, because words have the power you give them. And so, like, it's especially if you don't cuss often, that makes it even better when you do that.
I don't know. I feel like the thing about it is, like, I'm already a little, I don't know the best word to be like in court. I don't know if I would be able to then, I guess I'm capable of controlling my words in court because I really want to be like, Your Honor, that's shiesty as F. Like, and I don't want to say that in court. And I feel like if I add cuss words in, it's going to be hard for me to control. Like, what the
Do you think it's like a tap that if you turn it on, you can't turn it back off?
I feel like it, kind of. And because, like, one thing, I'm going to speak how I speak regardless. So I do say a little, like, in court, I do, word things a little bit more ghetto than some people might say is appropriate for court. But it's just the way that I speak, right? Not disrespectful or anything. But, like, one thing people point out is, like, African American people tend to say, I be doing this thing. That's not proper English, right? Mm-hmm. But I will say that in court, not realize that I'm saying that in court, right? So I'm like, if I get used to saying something, I'm afraid that it may come off, poorly in court.
Well, see, and that's why I was saying not necessarily get used to it, but if you're doing it to punctuate something and you're doing it intentionally and you're like putting the word on it, I do have, though, I'm going to go out of order with the chats. So Charlene says, if you don't want to cuss, don't let me talk you into it. Tanya called me, asked if I'm being a bad influence, which.
Yes.
I don't know.
Live stream. I'm not taking it too seriously. But
and then don't turn her into a cuss. I'm not a monster, y'all. Calm down. Like, you're so dramatic.
All for me. Don't make me leave.
Oh no. I'm here.
I know. It's not a big deal. Alexis Connie says everyone could have handled it better. Sounds like victim blaming to me. Okay. Just Me MD says you would think mother-in-law would understand being the titty fed as a mother. Get out of here. That's what I'm thinking too. Like, mother-in-law, out of everyone there, all the men there, remember, it's just mother-in-law and OP. She should understand out of everyone that's there. Deacon Fatal says mother-in-law is controlling as all get out. Island says reasonable minds can differ. Island says they're traveling internationally. Did they come internationally? I don't think they said that. I think they just said that she's German and the husband's family is Italian, but they didn't say where they came from. They could all very well be in the U.S., but with the background of Italian and the background of German. That's what I initially thought, but it doesn't really tell us where they came from. Alexis Carney says she handled it perfectly. She did nothing wrong. I agree with that. Alexis Carney says there's nothing wrong with a mother breastfeeding her baby in her own house at the dinner table. We'll get into my opinions in a minute. Alexis Carney says there's no issue with breastfeeding ever. Alexis Carney says anyone who has a problem with a woman breastfeeding is just a misogynist and you're weird. Alexis Carney says body shaming or slut shaming as a woman for breastfeeding is grotesque. Alexis Carney says people who think it's okay to disagree that it's fine to shame women for breastfeeding are not safe people for me or to me. Cheryl C says, honestly, if I was the mother, I wouldn't even have covered up with a blanket. You want me down there? Fine. Here I am. Let's eat. Everyone's eating, me, you, the baby, grandpa, daddy, and brother-in-law, uncle. We're all eating together.
I'm not going to out anyone, but I do have friends / family who when she would breastfeed, her dog would get scared because she could.
Her dog?
Yeah, because she would nail people. It's a different.
Breastfeed her dog, Kimmy?
No, not breastfeed her dog. No, her dog would get scared because the milk, she could shoot it.
What?
Milk breastfeeding is bodies are. I mean, yeah. I
don't have kids, so I don't know what your boobs can do.
Me either, but I've seen them do some interesting stuff.
Boobs do some cool stuff. And maybe it's because I'm a woman and having boobs is not sexual to me, right? See my mom naked a bunch. See my sister breastfeed a bunch, and it's not it doesn't really bother me. I don't know if it's because I'm a woman or if I was a man, if I would feel any differently, but it's okay, you're feeding your baby. It is what it is, Seen a nipple before. It's not a big deal. It's not a big deal.
It's what they're for. It's literally what they're for.
Right. So I don't know if I would feel any different about it. I've seen, and I give my example of my sister because that's the only person I've seen breastfeed in front of my dad, which is, her dad too. But it's I was should we do that? But I'm she's the one with the kid. If she got to feed the baby, she has to feed the baby. Like, I don't know how these things work, and no one was offended by it. So I was just like, okay, I guess this is normal. Like, if it was just, because it was just me and my sister before, just me, my sister, and my mom before, and then when she did it in front of like my brother and my dad, I guess I was like, oh, it's not inherently sexual. I guess that's that's the consensus for me. And I did talk to my husband about it before, and he was like, you would do that in front of, I was like, there's like blankets and stuff, but if you're in my house and you don't want to see a boob, get out.
Also, like, you're an adult. If you're that bothered, look, like, eyes can move. Like, don't look at me then.
Don't look. Because I'm not staring at, my sister or my cousin or anybody feeding the baby. It's like, okay, she's feeding the baby. Okay, we focus our attention elsewhere, right? And again, I don't think breastfeeding is inherently sexual. I don't think boobs are inherently sexual unless you're doing sexual things with it. And honestly, this is probably too much for a live stream. I probably shouldn't say this on the live stream. I've been to a strip club. I don't think going to a strip club is inherently sexual. Those women are very athletic and talented. And I go there to see the athleticism I don't go I've been like twice, but I'm like, these women are very athletic. Their muscles are toned, and it's athleticism to me. Men might go there to see butt cheeks and boobs, but I'm there. I'm like, God, you can do that?
You got to come to Atlanta, Bri. Like, you ain't seen a strip club yet.
I haven't been to a strip club in years, but I'm just like, I go there and I'm like impressed. I'm like, I would like to be able to do that, And to me, it's athleticism. I could be wrong, but
it is. They have pole dancing classes as a workout.
Mm-hmm. I've been to a pole dancing class.
Shoot, I get tired. Oh, sorry. You've been to a pole dancing class? Tell me everything about it.
I went when I was like 23 years old.
Okay.
And it was my sister's or I might have been a little younger than that because it was her 25th birthday. And so back then I was like fit. So I was like killing it. In my opinion, I was killing. I was doing a good job. If I tried to do pole dancing right now, I could not do a lot of the basic moves of it. I was sore the next day. Okay. It's very like muscle intense, and you don't even think about it. Like, it's very muscle intense. Sure, you can build your confidence and be sexy or whatever, but it's truly athleticism. Same thing when people are like, oh, cheerleading is not a sport. I broke my teeth cheerleading. Like, I've had some injuries cheerleading, and I'm like, I'm not even doing the backflips and stuff. So people like try to downplay feminine. I don't know if people consider pole dancing as a sport, but it's like people try to downplay feminine sports. It should be. These women be ripped. Like, it is talent. And then you can do it to me. Like, you can coordinate it with music. And these people, like, they be more toned. Like, toned as a track athlete, basketball athlete and stuff. It's athleticism. That's what I view strip club or pole dancing as. Men probably sees it as booty shaking. And skip the booty shaking. Right. Go to the top of the pole, turn upside down, drop down, and stop right before you get to the floor. Amazing work.
And so Deacon said not to tell you to come to Atlanta, but I'm in Atlanta, and if you like the performances here, no, Deeks is lovingly wrong. Like, you should come to Atlanta. It will blow your mind. And then Island says you.
I would go. He reads Playboy for the articles. I'm there for the wrong reasons. Is that what you're telling me? I'm in there trying to find recipes. Oh my gosh. You're right. I'm not there for the sexualization. I'm there for the, athlete. Do something that I would never believe,
Right.
And it's not going to be the booty shaking. It's not going to be the booty shaking.
No. Whenever I go, I'm like the only girl in my like group of friends usually. Mm-hmm. And they love going with a girl. It's the best thing ever, apparently, to bring a girl to a strip club.
Really?
So, yeah. According to my friends, because like
I've only ever been to strip clubs like on a date, like one-on-one.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I guess like one wasn't a date. It was like a friend that liked me, but it was kind of a date, right? But I was like, whatever. You giving me dollars to throw at athleticism, I can do that. You might be here for other reasons. I don't know what to tell you. There's discounts on drinks. I mean, I'm just here. Like
the very first time I went, one of my friends was like, you seem too comfortable here. I don't believe it's your first time. I'm like, I see that every day. Like, this is not like, what do you mean? Of course I'm comfortable. Like, that's impressive. Look what she did. But like,
and a lot of times they're not like actually naked. So it's like,
right, because it was in LA. And so, and they didn't have alcohol there either. I was mad at that one.
Yeah, California, yeah, they do not. Like no alcohol at the strip clubs, or if they do have alcohol, it stops at like 12 a.m.
Trash.
Oh man. But anyways, we're way off topic. But yeah, no.
So everything is on topic, I feel like.
Yeah, I guess. Just me MD says, with a mother-in-law like this, a month is hella long. Agreed. Cheryl C says a month is really long. I guess I'm thinking it more of like my perspective. Like, I think if I had a baby, my mom would probably be here 4 months. And she probably wouldn't leave. So, yeah. Deacon Vado says the mother-in-law sounds like she is trying to put a wrench between the daughter-in-law and her husband. Maybe. See, your wife can't do it all. Maybe. I don't know. Island says, ask your mother-in-law why she's bothered and what solution she proposes. She can. Yeah. Deacon Fiddle says, I would have kicked her out of my home, and even my own mom knows that about me. Makes sense. Deacon Fiddle says, fun fact, African-American vernacular English is now considered a language. Is it? I think it makes sense because for those of you that do not know, my husband is African, and other people from Africa, they all speak different languages. So it's like you can't really, say I'm not speaking correct English because I'm speaking it from, the way that my parents raised me may not have been the way that proper English is. And there's also different dialects of Spanish and all kinds of other languages. So I can see why it is a dialect of its own, or a language of its own. Language of its own. Cheryl Reed says, it's absolutely okay not to cuss, breathe. That's what makes you you. Don't do it unless you're comfortable. Of course. Alexis Carney says, I just curse a lot because both my parents always curse. And I think being around it where all my family curses, even more than me, it's just like curse without thinking about it. Yeah, exactly. And for me, my parents and all of my family members cuss, probably except for me. And then, like I said, the cousin that I'm talking about, she doesn't cuss a lot, but she does cuss. And I'm gonna mute real quick because my husband is calling me. So, Kimmy, if you want to read some comments, that's fine.
Got it. Okay. So did we finish reading this one? I just curse a lot because both of my parents always curse. And I think being around it where all my family curses, even more than me, it's like I just curse without thinking about it. Oh, this is funny timing then. So then Kay Smith says, Kimmy is always a bad influence, who I've known him since middle school. So he's coming in here just to start trouble. I'm the best influence and he should thank me for everything. Then Alexis says, I cannot curse like if I'm in a ceremony or in a sacred place. I would never curse, for example. But like if I'm naturally speaking, I'm a cursor. Alexis, yeah, I would say in your streams, you're definitely naturally a cursor. But I could see that in ceremonies or in like sacred spaces. It's all situational. Words mean specific things. I'm going to maybe bring this one back later. That Bree starts sounding like the Tasmanian devil from Bugs Bunny. We'll come back to that one. Okay, so on to the am I the a-hole? Because we don't have the bleeper. She wants her son husband back. LOL. Okay, that does weird me out. There are some you back, Bree? Okay, no. So there are some like boy moms that have this really weird relationship and affinity for their sons. It's as if they like try to create the ideal son. We're talking about weird boy moms sometimes. How for the MI, like she wants her son husband back. Boy moms really do some weird stuff with their sons. Like,
Oh boy, I've been seeing it a lot lately. Like we went to Universal Studios for our anniversary, and then like we went and walked around like this shopping mall recently. And it's like I never noticed like moms holding hands with their sons, like interlocking. And their husband is there. Like it's like okay, wait a minute. Are you on a date with your son? Are you on a date with your husband? I think it's okay to like hold your son's hand or whatever. But it's just like, okay, that's more like relationship holding someone
interlocking
versus
is?
like interlocking and also even if it's not interlocking, but like the son's hand is around the mom's waist or something like that.
Oh,
And like,
well,
I'm
that's
just
a
like,
different thing.
yeah, I think so. And I'm like, I never really noticed it. Like I have one brother. My mom would go on like movie, outings with my brother, but I don't think I ever saw them like holding hands. And if it was holding hands, it would probably be like in the same manner in which my mom held our hands and like I hold my mom's hand and swing it and whatever. And
Yeah, like come on, kid.
Around, but it doesn't look relationshipy. And I guess that could be not in the eye of the beholder, but depending on who's viewing it, what it looks like, if that makes sense.
How do you feel about like the kissing on the lips?
As what age?
I don't know. I think I was raised where like that's just if you're in love, that's where you kiss on the lips. But like a parent to a child, I know a lot of people do it, but just at any age, it's just weird kind of for me to see.
I think it depends on your family. I don't remember what age ours stopped at, but I would say probably into the double digits. 12, probably the oldest, would be to me. After like 12, once you get into the teens, would be inappropriate to me. Definitely once you become an adult. It's weird because it's like parent-child relationship. Sorry to put my family's business on the streets, but I did still kiss my parents on the lips at, just like a peck, not like, nothing should be more than a peck when you're talking about your kids, right? Probably until 11 years old, but I don't know like if that's normal or not. It was just a thing in my house. It wasn't, like I said, not inherently sexual. Like I said, I would go in the bathroom with my mom in the bathtub all the way naked and have a conversation with her. So I guess it depends on your family, really.
Right. I was about to make the comparison to breastfeeding, that like kissing and like a little is not inherently sexual. But it's funny though, the things that like you don't really have a reason for feeling a certain way about, but that's how you grew up. And so it's like
it's weird, right? Because like when you asked me the question, I was like, oh, like 3 or 4, and I was like, wait, no, that didn't stop at 3 or 4 for me. But it wasn't like a situation where it will be uncomfortable. I was never forced to like hug people I didn't want to hug, kiss people I didn't want to kiss. But it's like when it's your parent and they're just kind of like, oh, it's my kid or whatever, hi, hello, or whatever. But and maybe it didn't go to that age. I really don't remember, honest to tell you the truth. But I would say maximum it was not beyond middle school. If I can remember correctly, but I don't even know if I remember that correctly. It might have been 8, 9 years old.
I'm trying to remember how long I held my dad's hand. Like it wasn't one of these, but I like. Because I remember being old enough that he was like, oh, like any day now you'll be too old to hold my hand. And I was like, what's too old to hold your hand? What's weird about holding a hand? Then I got older and I was like, oh, so once you reach a certain age, it looks like you're a sugar baby. But like,
I look so much like my dad. I was like, you guys will be insane to think that's what I am. Like dad's face girl version. Like literally my dad. Like literally my dad wore like an Afro wig for some type of party. And I was like, bro, you look like me with a wig on. And it was so bad. Cause like I wear my hair like this a lot and he just had like an Afro wig. I was like, If someone says you look like your dad, I cannot deny. Like my dad literally cannot deny me. And of course, I look more feminine than my dad, of course, right? But you can definitely, you cannot go on Maury like with me.
Yeah.
You sure cannot go on Maury with me. It's like, yeah.
I mean, he can. It just would, but it'd be one of the "you are the father." Wait, is he still like doing
Maury?
You're old. You're old calling back to Maury. Man, you an oldie.
I was watching Maury till like a couple years ago. Like I still watch Maury. If it was on daytime TV, I would watch it. I was watching Maury in law school.
Yeah.
That was like 5 years ago. So
it's a long time.
I like Maury. Maury's a good show.
Maury is primo trashola.
Yeah, no, but I'm a daddy's girl. So even if my dad doesn't want to hold my hand, I probably hug him in public and stuff and like hold on to him. But no, it's really not even dad. It's my mom. I will hold on to like attached to my mom like a crackhead or something. I don't know. Good. What's wrong with that 30-year-old woman? Like, why is she sitting on her mom's lap?
Get you some mommy loving.
Yeah, no.
I don't like the wording of that, but you know what I meant.
Yeah, no. Not in like weird stuff, but just, you have a bond with your parents. Right. So I think it's more of like when it becomes uncomfortable for the parent has to kind of dictate what would be, socially acceptable as well. But I also think when it becomes uncomfortable for the kid, because right now
they start getting embarrassed.
Oh, I would right now still go sit on my mom's lap. And my grandma was at my house the other day, and I was leaning on her and holding her hand, but it was, an emotional situation anyways too. So it was kind of like comforting for her. Yeah. But it's not. I don't think having a close relationship with your parent or a parent and a child is inherently sexual, right? It's when it starts to kind of cross the line where it's uncomfortable for one person or the other, or I guess society in general. But I think there's appropriate things and inappropriate things.
Right. But also since this all like started back with some of the weird boy moms, like I feel like some boy moms do like project like a weird.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's for sure a thing. That's for sure a thing. The intertwining of the hands is a little much for me. Especially
I really don't like the intertwining.
No. I feel like that makes you a relationship. Is that not a thing?
Well, I mean, like, that is the right way to hold hands. Like, if you're in a relationship, like if you're in a relationship doing like this, boo to that. But I've never.
I mean, like this, I don't know. I feel like it's the way that you do it. Like, because like when I hold my mom hand, I swing it, So, it's like, okay, I'm playing with you. This is my mommy, But some people be walking like this, my man, hold them close. But it's like the kid.
Maybe it's because like it's harder for them to slip out. Like you got a little like grip. It's easier than one of these. Like if you got a runner, but you don't want to have a leash kid.
No, but I'm talking about like 15-year-old sons. I'm not talking about babies. Yeah. No,
I thought we were only going up to
babies. I'm talking about kids that are as tall or taller than the mom. That's what I'm talking about.
And we know that it's definitely a mother and child.
Literally the last weekend I saw a child and a mother. The husband was walking with the other son in front of them, not holding hands, but the mother was holding hands with looked like the older son, intertwined and walking slowly as if she was not trying to be associated with the father and the other son. Yeah, I've seen that a couple of times recently. It's the teenage son. I'm not talking about babies. I'm not talking about 10-year-olds.
No. I thought, yeah.
Kids. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, and I thought we were going up to like preteen or something. I didn't.
Oh, when I was talking about the hand holding, I was talking about teenage sons where it looks like they want their child to be their husband. Usually that leads to the moms that, oh, no girl is good enough for my son and da da da. But the what I was talking about to like preteen, probably before preteen, is like if you're still kissing your kids on the lips or whatever it may be.
Okay.
I think
I just
stop that when they think their kids are like making out with other people, which I would say is in, not to say that they are making out with other people, but by teenagers, you probably shouldn't be pecking your kids on the lips, right?
Okay, that's where we'll draw the line.
I don't know. Am I wrong? Y'all can let me know if I'm wrong.
No, that makes sense. If you're making out with other children, don't kiss me.
Yeah.
I can follow that logic. Okay.
All the way out of it. Now we're behind on chat. So Amy Evans says, so very off topic, but both of you ladies look so pretty tonight. Bree with the eyes and curls, and Kimmy with your hair looks so full and nice. Just saying. I was like, yeah, when Kimmy, you did come on the live, so I was like, okay, hair.
Thank you. I got it did yesterday.
Yes, I was like, okay, that was nice. Love it.
Thank you. I wish it was like this all the time, but I am so very lazy.
It's hard. It's hard because the only reason why you guys are getting no glasses, Bree, with eyeshadow is because I went to brunch.
The eyeshadow is really pretty though.
Thank you,
Amy.
Thank you, Amy, for sure.
Did you see the Tasmanian comment? Because I saved a comment about Tasmanian, and I feel like it went somewhere.
I unstarred it. I don't know. What was that referring to? Because I unstar them as I go, so I know which ones I read.
I don't know. Just something about you were becoming a Tasmanian devil, and I really liked that and wanted to make sure that you were involved in it.
Too much?
No, Tasmanian devil's fun. He like.
I know. I watched that as a child, so I'm like, is it because I was talking too much?
The Tasmanian devil does not talk,
but he moves fast.
So that's fun.
And wild. That's what I take that as.
You're wild. Yeah, we can take it as you're just wild, Bree.
Small says, same. I'm with Cheryl. See, I don't see what else the mom could have done or how she could have handled it better given the circumstances. The same. Deacon, I'm like, what story did we read? Potato says, that is how breastfeeding works. Exactly. I agree. Tanya D says, the human body is amazing. It is amazing. I think about that all the time. Like the fact that you can create food from your boobs. Well, I mean, it's from other things, but that's amazing to me.
Right. So my sister is deaf because she got meningitis and it destroyed the like nerves in her ears. But she had a baby and created a fully functioning set of ears for my niece.
Yeah.
Like, that is so weird. Like, that's wild.
I think it's cool. I have a deaf aunt as well, and both of her kids are hearing as well.
Yeah.
So it's not just because you have a disability doesn't necessarily mean your kids are going to have the same disability.
Well, no. I mean, it wasn't hereditary for her. I just think it's interesting. Her body can create another set, but not repair itself. I know.
I get kind of concerned about my vision because it's like I feel like it's just getting worse and worse and worse. I have on contacts right now, y'all. But I get like concerned about my vision, and I'm just like, and I was talking to my husband about, I was like, I feel like the worst to me disability that's not like I guess like physically visible is being blind because you can't see things. If you're deaf, you can still kind of sign and you can still see all of the beautiful things in the world. But being blind, I think that would be, to me, that would be the worst, like unseen disability for me.
They actually say that being blind separates you from things, but being deaf separates you from people.
Yeah.
Yeah, because most people can't communicate. The majority of deaf children don't have access to sign language. I think it's 80 or 90% of family members of deaf children don't bother learning to sign.
Really?
Yeah.
I would be so okay. For me personally, I would be so okay without hearing a goddamn thing. I don't have to hear you or anybody else, right? But I would, if I didn't have sight and I never seen all of the beautiful things that I've seen, maybe I would have a different position, but being seeing and being hearing, if I had to give up one, I would probably give up hearing over seeing, because I would rather I'll see you, but I can't hear you. Go away. Go away. I don't have to listen to you. I could see past you and see all the colors and things like that. And it could be because the impairment, and I don't know if it's an impairment. I do have really bad vision.
Hard of hearing. For deaf people, it's hard of hearing.
Okay. Yeah, and for me, I do have bad vision. So I'm like, if I had to give up one, I wouldn't want to give up my vision, and that's the thing that seems to be going. So I don't know. It's tough. It's tough. Okay, let's see. Alexis Carney says, before I'm gonna say that's wrong. Colonialism. My people did not cover up like colonizers do. I perceive shaming women for being topless as part of you know what I mean.
Colonialism.
Being the need to decolonize. You think so? I don't know. I think people are just weird. Small says some chests are not inherently sexual regardless of size or gender. I think no chest.
She said same, not some. Same.
Oh, sorry. I thought it said some. Sorry about that. Deacon Vado says, fun fact, men can lactate too. Can they? I haven't heard much about that. Small says, laughing my A off, agree about the strip club, except for Jamaican strip clubs. Those are just sexual. Laughing my A off. Have not been to a Jamaican strip club. Cheryl Reed says, pole dancing is fun. It is. It is a good time. Deacon Vado says, core exercise, etc. Jazzy G says, pole dancing is so hard and I have bruises. Yes. Like, it is legit a sport. Like, you cannot tell me otherwise. Cheryl C says, I usually see strip clubs as a fun show. They are sexy, but just entertainment. A stripper did bite me. Bite you? Bite me once, but that's a story for another time. I don't like that for you. I do not like that for you. Sue says, it's a talent. I agree. Paul says, agree about going to the strip club in ATL. It's a bucket list. I can't go without my husband. And I don't know how long my husband's seeing no ATL strippers. Like, I don't know. I don't know if I want to see that.
Brie, I thought you were stoked about it. Now I'm heartbroken.
That was when I was single, when I was going to the strip club, okay? If I go to the strip club, I have to bring my husband. I really don't want my husband seeing big booty ATL strippers. I see them.
We'll take him to Claremont Lounge then.
He's going to see them as booty shaking strippers.
We'll go to Claremont Lounge. Everything will be good.
Okay.
Okay.
Small says, bucket list item. Deacon Vado says, if I could get a pole into my house just to exercise without my mom asking me any questions about it. Yeah, I think she's going to have questions. Just get it delivered in a box and put it up in your room. Don't open the door. Put a lock on your door. Deacon Vado says, I would have one. I used to want a pole in my house as well. But also, I'm telling everybody business. I'm not telling y'all who these people are, but my cousin also had a pole in her house. And she tried to do a little trick and she fell and bust the door open. So you got to be careful. You got to be careful with the in-home poles. I'm just saying, cousin, you just got to identify them.
Wait, which one? No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
It's a cousin. I got several of them. Deacon Fiddle says, fun fact, I've never been to a strip club, but I have seen private dancers. Okay. Delivered dancers? Okay. That's money right there. Just Me MD says, a mother pulled her boob out and breastfed her baby during service. The look of horror on the older lady was beyond, and not to mention the other women daring their husbands to look. The thing is, if you find breastfeeding sexual, like, there's something wrong with you, not the woman. So I don't know. I wouldn't imagine that. Like, if a dude is just trying to look at a woman feeding her baby, you're weird. I don't know. Kimmy comments?
I mean, yeah. And also, if a baby is breastfeeding, it's mostly like baby head. Like, what do you?
You don't even see the boob. Maybe a little side boob, but you get a little side boob in a sundress.
Right. Like, calm down. What are you daring not to look at a child eating? Like, get over yourself.
Service, that is. I just don't. Maybe because we are women, we don't find it sexual. I don't know.
Well, because it's not sexual, we don't find it sexual.
It's not.
Just because like men sexualize it doesn't mean that it is.
Yeah.
No, they dumb.
They're weird. Just talk about church service. Island says, my church used to have nursing rooms with one-way window that looked into the sanctuary, rocking chairs and stuff. It was nice. They could also take crying kids in there. Okay. I thought you meant like a one-way window in for people to watch you. So
oh, weird. Oh, we got some freaks in that church, like a zoo of nursing people. What?
Right? Small says a month isn't that long if you have a solid mother-in-law, solid relationship. It's nothing. Actually, many do 3 month stretches at a time. I wouldn't mind my mom coming for a month or 3 months. I wouldn't mind my mom coming from 1 month. Other people, that's a different question. Because I think giving birth, one, is an intimate situation. I wouldn't even want my dad in the room when I give birth, right? My mom will be there. My husband will be there. That's the only people that need to see me in that situation, right? And if my mom is talking too much, she will get kicked out. So if my husband is talking too much, he will get kicked out. So those are the only people that need to see me in that situation. But to help me and like do the things that I trust to do, it's like, sure, your mom may have raised children, but I don't know her like that. My mom has raised 4 children, and I know her like that. Now, she, the most conventional, maybe not, but I mean, I'm alive, I'm not dead, kind of situation. But no, I know my mom, I know who she is. I can keep her for a couple months, but other people's parents and other people's, I don't know. I might be saying too much on the live stream, but
I mean, it all depends on the relationship you have.
Comfortability.
Yeah, clearly, if you have a strong relationship with somebody, then when you're vulnerable and healing and sleep deprived, then they can provide support and comfort. Mm-hmm. And if you're not completely comfortable around them, then when you're in a more vulnerable, uncomfortable healing state, then that's just another layer.
I would keep my dad too, because he cooks and he cleans. So I would let my dad say too. I wouldn't. Never mind. Let's move on. Kay Smith says, if mother-in-law is worried about dad-in-law or daughter-in-law showing breasts in front of the family, then she should be more worried about her family than daughter-in-law. Don't bother her while she's doing what she needs to do. And you're a mom. You know how hard it is to like breastfeed someone and get them to sleep or do whatever you need them to do. Why are you interrupting that? It sounds like she has 2 sons because there's a brother-in-law and then there's her son. So is it just like, let me haze this girl that's coming into our family? I don't know.
Like, she just seems to want what she wants. Like, it's a control thing. I think, like, I made dinner. I want appreciation. You will be here to eat it. Right. And you will be here now.
No, you're in my house. Get out.
Right.
You're in my house. Get out. I will come down when I'm ready, ma'am. Thank you for dinner. Jasmine MD says, it was absolutely hilarious. I had to hide my amusement. The ushers brought her to a cover once they realized what was happening. It's so natural, though. Why does she need a cover? Let's see how it says today is National Wine Day. Oh, I'm not drinking any wine.
I'm glad that we have beer and liquor between us then for National Wine Day.
Well, I don't have any wine. Small says emotional incest, bruh. It's gross, so calm and so common. Yeah, it's weird. Island says, yeah, but she specifically mentions her culture and his. It could very well be a cultural clash. Italian moms are known for doting on their sons, and Germans are known for being more comfy with nudity. Didn't know that. Yeah, I guess the Italian thing makes sense. I'm not too familiar with the German culture, but also like, come on, bro. Let that lady breastfeed. The Vince Moore says, as long as they don't share gum. What do you mean by that? Small says emotional incest is emotional incest everywhere. There are physical differences, but emotional incest is a problem in all 200 plus countries. It is a thing. It is a thing. Cheryl C says, oh, I would say the cutoff for lip kissing for my kids is around 8 max. My stepdaughter and I used to do fish kisses, which was around 6 years old, but by age 7, we naturally stopped doing that. And I think it depends on your family and what it is. I really don't remember the age, but it was never like an uncomfortable situation for me. Luckily for me, I know some kids go through things that are not appropriate for your parents to be doing to you or anyone else in your family to be doing to you. But I don't remember the exact age for me, but I'm pretty sure mine went beyond. I'm pretty sure mine went into preteen years, but I could be wrong. I really just don't remember. Deacon Vado says the last time my mom held my hand when I was about to run into the street, I was about 2 years old. LOL, I held my mom's hand. She cannot get away from me. My mom's, she judges me because she's like, okay, if you want to be all cuddly, then it's okay. But if I want to cuddle to you, you're not okay. I might be a little bipolar. I'm like, if I want to be touched, then I'll touch you. But if I don't want to be touched, go away. And so that's the problem my mom has with me. So I don't know if anybody else has that experience. Gia Fatal says it's what me back into the sidewalk so quick. Gia Fatal says Maury and Jerry Springer. Yeah, I like both of those. Oh, I like Maury more. Island says, I don't come from kissing or hand-holding family, but if my mom visits without my dad, she'll sleep in my bed like a sleepover. That sounds fun. That sounds fun. Deacon Fatal says, and then there was Ricky Lake. I didn't watch Ricky Lake. You didn't? Mm-mm. Maury and Jerry Springer are 6, stay home from school's TV. Yeah.
Oh, and just in case the game. Kay Smith will know what that means. I don't know if it's been enough time, but just in case.
Okay. Deacon Fatal says, this Am I the A-hole still seems uncomfortable to me. Yeah, well, we haven't got to the chat, so I haven't got to my opinion all the way yet. Small says, I've held my godson's hand with interlaced fingers. It's not that deep. I feel like you got to see it to know. Small says, I have toddler-sized hands, so interlaced fingers is also always preferred for me. Also done it with my mom's before. So I guess it's different now because since there's the LGBTQ community plus, the LGBTQ plus.
LGBTQ plus, yeah.
Yeah. I guess it differs a little bit, but so I guess like mom on daughter, I mean, I guess it could be seen a little differently now, but I don't think most people make the assumption with same-sex people at this time. I don't think people make that assumption. But when you're talking about opposite sex, mom, son, or father, daughter, I think people are more likely to judge than if it's, the same sex, right? Even though we are, I don't know if we're in a progressive society, but now that it is more prevalent, maybe not more acceptable, but definitely more prevalent, I don't think people make those same judgments when it's the same sex parent-child relationship than they do when it's opposite sex, right?
I don't think so.
And I also think it's the age of it. And also another thing that plays into the part is if it's a single parent versus a married parent. Like I said, I saw that particular couple where it was a father and a mother, but it was weird that the mother and the older son was falling back from the rest of the family. I thought that was
But you
weird.
think it would be less weird for a single mother who doesn't have a husband to be holding hands like
No, that's
Okay,
not what I'm
okay,
saying.
okay.
I'm saying it's I guess you can tell more when there is a single mother with a son. You can tell more, but I think it's a little bit I don't think it's more suspicious or it's more like weird, but it's like you can see it more when there is a father present there, right? So if it was like a family in line and the whole family was holding hand, I wouldn't think anything of it. But the fact of the way that I saw it was like the mother and the older son behind the father and the older son, the father and the younger son were not holding hands, but the mother and the younger son was like walking behind them as if they were the parents watching the kids in front of them. I thought that was weird, but maybe it's not weird. I could be wrong, but
I don't know.
To each their own. Island says, I'm not intertwining with kids. I've seen the kind of stuff they touch. Kids be touching any and everything. Small says, oh, a teenager, nah, can't do interlaced fingers. Yeah, and I think it's the age too, not like 5, 6, 8, even 10 years old. I think it's okay. But once you start pushing to like teenage sons that should have, I mean, not should have, but potentially are having their own relationships with other children, you probably should back off of that, right? You shouldn't be trying to be your son's girlfriend. Deacon Fatal says 15 years old. I don't know about that one. Agreed. Sue says, I haven't seen that. Maybe it's her stepson. For which one? I don't even think it would be appropriate with a stepson. Crystal Yost, member of the channel, says, I remind my son he is not the man of the house. Yes. Stop telling kids they're the man of the house. He's 15. That's gross when moms act like they are in a relationship with their sons. It's weird. I agree. Alexis Carney says, I know a woman who keeps posting naked photo shoots with herself and her kid, and I think it's weird AF. How old is the kid? No. Other than an infant, that should not be a thing. Alexis Carney says, I'm deaf. There's nothing wrong with being deaf. Deaf doesn't need a parent. Agreed. For me, like I said, since my vision is not good, I think I would rather be deaf than not have my vision if I had to choose. You know, of course, you would want to be able to do everything. But if I had to choose, I would prefer to be deaf. Like Alexis Carney says, that doesn't need repairing. You still see all the beautiful things. Sometimes I wish I can turn off hearing for certain things that's going on, right? So I agree with you. It does not need repairing. I have a deaf aunt as well. So
yeah,
doing
if I could grow up in my family, I'd want to be deaf. But if it was someone like a family that doesn't sign, I hate it.
Right. And they need to be able to communicate with you, right? Like you would hope that you have family, respectful enough to go ahead and learn how to communicate with you as well. And like even being able to read and things like that.
Because if a family doesn't learn sign language and doesn't provide language to their child before they get into school, that's language deprivation. And think about how much you learn and know and interact by the time you get into elementary school. So then they're starting behind. Like sign language and deaf rights and all of that stuff needs to be like massively overhauled. But yeah, it's not like deaf isn't something that needs to be fixed or whatever. It's deaf and hard of hearing. I adore my sister and everything she does. I love that I know sign language. I have a tattoo. My first tattoo has a little whatever in it. So, hey, Alexis.
Love it. Deacon Fatal says, I've been working on learning ASL, at least the basic, because I know ASL down with hip hop. That's fun. That is fun. Yep. Small says, that's because her body used additional genetics materials to create that life. Don't get me started down the genetics rabbit hole to Kimmy Locker. And then Sue says, to me, I sell glasses. By the way, the higher up said, take down all the Diddy glasses. There's Diddy glasses? We don't want to see like Diddy. Isla says, yeah, but the deaf community has a strong culture, which is cool. I love it. I love it. Crystal Yo says ASL should be taught in language classes in school. I agree with that.
Right.
I definitely agree with that. Amy Evans says, I know how to say a few things in ASL. I know how to say Star Wars.
Star Wars.
Yeah. Amy Evans says, I walk like a drunk person. MS is dumb. I'm sorry. That's a good way to describe it, though. I mean, a fun way to describe it. A Small says, who said anything about bringing a husband? I would have to. Yeah, we'll talk.
Would you though? No, you know what? Don't bring him to Atlanta at all. Then
don't come to
No, hey Emma. Be like, oh, I gotta go get milk.
And just be gone for 4 days, Kimmy? How do I explain this?
They were out at 2%. I don't know. I'll figure it out.
I have to tap out. Kimmy, can you read the comments?
Yes, I did.
Hard ones?
Okay. Oh, I got played. No, I want to go to a Bartleckle Cooch show. I have no idea what that word is supposed to be. Bar Lettle Cooch. I don't know. Let me know in the chat. Like, do the phonetics maybe. No, I want to go to I'm trying to think of what word even. I don't know. Let me know. I don't remember how to spell that word. Well, I don't know how to say it, so that works well. I'm trying to skip the ones that specifically mentioned Brie. Let me see. Well, that's for Brie, though. Okay. Well, sexuality is subjective. There's a kink for everything. Isn't it rule, what is it, 30 or 42 or something that, like, if it exists, then on the internet there is, I don't have the VP, there's corn of it. There's a kink for everything. Truly. And then I think it was another AITA where the husband suddenly was upset about her breastfeeding their newborn son because it made her boobs unsexy to him. Throw the whole entire man away. Like, upset about her feeding their child because it made the boobs unsexy to him. That's not what they're for. She married the wrong one. Okay, Brie, what's your opinion on this?
What did it say? I think I was about. I think it was.
I think it was another AITA where the husband suddenly was upset about her breastfeeding their newborn son because it made her boobs unsexy to him.
That's his problem.
I said she should throw the whole man away, but
I knew boobs.
Yeah,
I knew boobs. I don't know. I don't know
also,
what to tell them.
I mean, maybe your wife's boobs are not for you, and if giving life sustenance to your child that she like created and then birthed into the world is not sexy for you, then you gotta
go. Yeah, that's his problem. That's an individual problem, not a her problem, not the baby's problem.
That's it. That's a him problem for sure.
Yeah. Okay, we got Deacon Fatal. Thank you so much for the $20 super chat. I would do the horns, but you don't like it. Saying today was my mom's birthday, and we had a wonderful day. If you ever come to Alabama, I got a nice pizza place to visit. While not wanting to kids, I think my mom and dad would be good grandparents. Yeah. I would like to see my parents are grandparents. I'm a latecomer for them, but either way, I think they're good grandparents. But thank you so much for the $20 super chat. And what part of Alabama? You got to tell me where to come to. I'm gonna have to do some traveling, but y'all, at some point, I'm gonna have to pop out some children So it may be a little while before I can do the traveling.
Why do you make it sound like a weekend chore? I'm gonna have to pop out some children. No big deal.
Can I go to the strip club pregnant? I think I can.
You'd be such a little cute pregnant person. I could just imagine.
I feel like I'll be mad aggressive, like to my husband.
Right. Like if I were to ever have a biological child, my partner would have to be more prepared for my pregnancy than for children. Like you will not tell me no during that period. I'm creating another human.
Alva has already made comments. He has already made comments about my
commitments.
Comments about my crazy.
No. But he should make commitments, though. Like I will do it right.
To doing whatever I need him to do because I'm bossy. Okay, bossy B is me.
Don't bring in the hive, man.
Don't bring in the hive because it's ridiculous. I see why I don't do the Am I the A-hole podcast because we would never get it done. This is
but those just read and they have like lame voices and they're so boring. Like
we would never get through it. I had 6 lined up for us to make sure that we didn't get bored, and we're not getting bored.
Okay, you know what? I'm gonna put up a poll for the next one.
And also, guys, this is a members live stream, so if you are a member, you can join our nonsense. Okay, you can join our nonsense.
The more, the merrier.
Exactly. Thank you again, Deacon Fatal, for the $20 super chat. We got Crystal Yo saying exactly when the dad is there is even weirder. As far as the breastfeeding goes, I don't know. I don't know if I agree with that. I don't know if we're all on the same page here. Deacon Fatal says, and everyone doesn't wash their hands. What are we referring to there? Everyone does not wash their hands. Oh, okay. I was like, I agree with that, but what are we talking about here? But yeah, the intertwining, especially with them little kids. Them kids nasty. Okay, Deacon Vado says, okay, there is a thing that law enforcement is catching up with about parents posting pictures of their kids. It is dangerous. Yeah, I don't think when I have a kid, I probably won't post the kid like on social media. They might come onto YouTube live stream, but
that's Brie. What do
you know have baby on YouTube, Kimmy? What do you have against babies?
I mean, no, I love babies. What do you think social media is? You're like, they won't be on social media, just YouTube.
No, I don't think I would like post my kid on social media, like I guess as like content, but like if I'm streaming and the baby is crying, what do you guys expect me to do? Like
nurse the baby.
Also
pop it out, go for it.
I'll just have the screenshot from here to up.
Love it.
You don't want to see the baby bee? The larva?
No, I want to. Oh my gosh. Do members get to vote on the name?
No.
Oh wow, you said that. See, that's how if you say cuss words, chill chat. I'm not pressuring it. If you say cuss words, you gotta say it the way you just said no. Like you meant that. You said no.
No, absolutely
no.
Not. I'm gonna name my baby Buzzy.
Buzz Lightyear.
Yeah, no. Ohio Palm Mom says, I'm going to throw a wrench into the conversation about the mom and grown son holding hands. There's a possibility that he has a hidden disability, such as autism. That's not what we're referring to. So I agree with you there. There could be some issues there, but that's not what we're referring to. We're referring to, I mean, of course, people that come off as, neurotypical and then doing that. Like some people that, really thinks their son is their husband, even though they have their own live husband live in action. So that's not where we're not referring to people with disabilities for sure.
Well, but like she said, though, it's a hidden disability sometimes. And so I think that's a fair point that maybe if there's a teenager holding hands, like they may look neurotypical, but there could be something going on. I think it's a fair point.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Deacon Fatal says, okay, what Queen Latifah was doing in the musical Chicago, Kimmy?
Oh, okay. So, Deegan Fatal like passed out on her keyboard. She like pressed a B and then she passed out for like when you were gone for me to read one of the chats. I didn't know what word it was. Burlesque.
Oh.
I don't remember the context of it, but I know now that the word was burlesque.
Okay, got it. Tiny says Alpha would be the best dad. I think he would. He also has to be a good husband while I'm creating his spawn. He doesn't like the word
not spawn.
He doesn't like the word spawn.
Cross goblin?
But it is literally like an entity invading your body, and your body tries to reject it. Like, that's a baby.
Right. It's like a virus alien leech thing. You know what thing? That works.
Can you tell we don't have children? I don't think they can tell.
I'm around children.
We never produced one.
I am I'm the cool aunt though. That's close enough. Okay, can I just say something really quick?
A spawn, a thing. I don't think that's the best description of baby.
Spawn, thing, crotch goblin, whatever. Chat. It won't let me do like the long version for the fourth option. So it's, what do you want to hear next? Am I the a-hole for outshining the bride, calling my wife fat, taking advantage of my girlfriend? The last one, I'm only going to be able to do part of it. Telling my friend that it's not my problem. She married a useless man. It's not going to be able to say all that. Man. Useless man. There we go. That's few enough characters. Okay. Vote it up, chat.
Okay, let me thank you, Crystal Yos, from becoming a new member. I thought you were already a member, but welcome back. Okay, and then for the other chat is who is the a-hole from the first story that we covered, and we are already almost 2 hours into the live stream. One story in.
We'll hit all. Okay, I think the email only had 5, so we can do them all for sure.
Oh, I thought I had like 6 on there, but
I think right. So so we're good. We can do them all tonight for sure.
We just got through one, Kimmy.
I don't have any other plans. We can do them all for sure.
Oh, you mean we're gonna be here for multiple hours? Is that your plan?
Yeah.
Okay, I got it. Okay, so let's get back into it. Who's the a-hole? Mother-in-law, grandma, 77% said grandma, 13% said everybody, 4% says nurse and mom, and then 4% says nobody. I probably would have added the husband on there as one. But what I would say is I think it's grandma that's the a-hole. She's basically trying to control everything, being Italian, let me know if I'm wrong on the stereotypes, but known for being loud and kind of like in charge as far as the mothers go. She's breastfeeding. Mom, you have also had at least 2 children from what this story has told us. You know, if you breastfed, how hard it was to breastfeed. But also, we have to remember during that time, a lot of people were not breastfeeding. We're talking about 27-year-old male is her son. A lot of times people were not breastfeeding in the 90s, in the late 80s. So they were more, they were like encouraged to do formula. They were encouraged to do formula. Yeah. So, that's my understanding is that they were encouraged to do formula like late 80s to probably mid 2000s. A lot of people were encouraged. The doctors were encouraging formula rather than breastfeeding. So maybe mother-in-law didn't breastfeed, but either way it goes, as a mother, she should know how hard it is and should really be trying to help her. But what the chat pointed out is that she seems to be a boy mom. It's the son who OP is married to. And then mother-in-law also has another son. So it could be like that boy mom thing of, I don't know why boy moms think they're better than girl moms. I don't know why they think they're better.
But mom husband went and took her side. So
yes. The husband of OP took mother-in-law's son aside because they have probably a weird incestual relationship going on. So husband, throw him away as well. But also, because like he took her in the room and scolded her. Yeah, you're right about that. And saying that her actions didn't help anything. my thing, to me, breastfeeding is not inherently sexual. If someone pulled out their boob and breastfed their child and my husband got uncomfortable, I'm going to be looking at him like, why are you uncomfortable? Stop looking at her boob if it's making you, why is that making you uncomfortable? She's feeding her child. Yeah. It's not sexual. The kid is eating as if you had a fork and a plate of eggs. So if you think that...
a plate of eggs? Not eggs.
I don't know why I said eggs. I don't know why I said eggs, okay?
But I don't know why you did, but that's fine.
Either way it goes, it's like you don't find that sexual, so why are you finding her pulling out her boob sexual? I don't think it... to me, maybe because I've been in the situation, maybe because I'm a woman, I don't think that it's something to be uncomfortable about. So I don't know if you have a different opinion, Kimmy.
I agree. And if that was me, like, I would have never been in my room or isolated or anything in the first place. I would have been walking around in my full glory. Like, I probably would have been in the beginning, like in the diaper that you have to be in afterwards, just walking around in just that. Like, it's your house. You just created and then birthed an entire human being. Like, for the mother-in-law to not only, like, have these expectations of her, but have them, despite being told multiple times, like, don't do this, and she just does whatever she wants. She got what she asked for. And I think Island gave, like, a more diplomatic way to approach it earlier. I don't remember what it is, because I, from the get-go, would have been walking around my house with my entire human that I just created, however was comfortable for me.
However, and if you don't like it, get out.
Right. Like, I'll order takeout. I don't care.
And that was the big thing. What you say, you're in my house. If you're uncomfortable, get the hell out. That's why I said I would not have any extra people in my birthing room other than the person that gave me the spawn and the person that birthed me out of their spawn hole. So
spawn hole. Yeah. See, well, here's the thing though. Tanya says don't call that baby spawn.
Oh.
I like spawn. And then Island said offspring, which that makes me feel like I'm in high school again with like the band. Yep. Smalls prefers crotch goblin, but spawn is cool too. Crystal Yost or Yost. I'm so sorry. Will you let me know in the chat the proper way to say that? It says I call kids crumb snatchers.
They are those as well.
Crumb snatchers, yes. My best friend, she has 4 kids. I adore them. I get to be the fun, cool aunt. They're crumb creators though. And they will come and snatch whatever you're eating if you're eating something full. But the crumbs they just leave. Like I was then I don't know how to spell your name, but Brianna, be nice to your hubby and Alpha while you're pregnant, says Tanya. That's what Tanya says.
The baby and Alpha. How to be nice to the baby is in me eating all my freaking food.
Oh, that's right. I did say hubby instead of baby. Okay, so that's what Tanya says. I say, Alpha, do whatever you're creating another human wife wants. That's my humble opinion.
Yeah.
Like, you're free. Like, when my sister was pregnant with my niece, I went to every single OB appointment. OB appointment. Because I like interpreted. I was so obsessed. It was so cool. It was so fascinating. I thought I was going to be an OB when I grew up. Then I had chemistry. Then I was not going to be a doctor anymore. But like, you're creating a whole human. Like, no.
It's scary, y'all. I don't know how many people in the chat have little humans that they've created, but it sounds scary, in my opinion.
It is. But my niece, though, I feel like I've like grown a best friend. So that's kind of cool.
But you didn't push her out.
I did not have to push her out. So that's even cooler. So.
Well, I think that's the scary part is the pushing it out.
Right.
We don't know what gender it is, but you know, it sounds scary.
Right. And then Crystal also became a YouTube member.
Welcome.
Yay! And then if I miss, I'm gonna have to. Woo! And then, do you know if it's Yost or Yost?
I just say Yost.
Yost. Crystal Yost. Yay!
Don't let us
Welcome.
know.
Also, Deke said, "Don't you name that baby Buzzy?"
Buzzy baby.
Island says, "The stream and chat is wild tonight."
Yeah,
It's a grown-up stream tonight.
it is.
Crystal Yost says, "Do them all. I'm here for it." So see, I'm not the only one. I'm not the only bad influence.
You want me to be on YouTube all night so that I can get a divorce, so I can go to the ATL strip club without my husband.
No, you're not. No, you don't listen to the plan. It's not divorce. It's milk. Like, you gotta keep up, my girl. Like, no, get a divorce to go. Come on, that's dramatic.
That is dramatic.
Just me, MD says, "Me too." And ankle biters. Ankle biters a good one. Like, yeah.
That's a good one. Mm-hmm.
Then Crystal says, "My mom said when she breastfed, men would stare, and my dad would get so offended as to why these men were looking. The fact you fed another human and kept them alive with your body is amazing."
I think that's cool. Did you hear a bottle popping on the mic? Let me turn that off. I'm gonna turn my camera off for this last comment.
Oh, okay. So let me see. The baby can hear you, ma'am. Bri, if you can still hear, the baby can hear you, man. But yeah, the baby can hear you, but
I don't have a baby. Okay.
Well, when
I wouldn't drink a tequila if I had a baby.
Right. So did you just drink some? I have some tequila. I'll get.
I finished my first drink.
Only your first one?
Yeah. I mean, on the stream, I had a drink before the stream, and then I had mimosas before the stream. I also didn't bring anything to stir my drink with, so this is awkward.
You do like this. See, one of these.
My cup is not that big.
Oh. Well,
I think
no, it's not
when
that
I poured it in there.
Okay. So then Alexa says, "Fruit of the room that rotted. If you like divine secrets of the Yaya sisterhood." And then, if your baby is biting ankles, you have a bigger problem.
If your baby got teeth, you got a big problem.
Yeah. So Tanya wants to know what you're mixing up as we queue up the next story.
Tequila and strawberry lemonade.
Ooh, good stuff. Mm-hmm. All right. It looks like the poll has voted for useless man.
Okay, let me have Bossy B bring us in.
There we go.
Okay, I have it. I thought you were going to pull it up, but it's me. Okay. Am I the a-hole for telling my friend it's not my problem she married a useless man? So I think we'll have another poll coming up for us to vote on if she's the a-hole. I, 32 female, am a single mother with 2 kids, 6 male and 5 female. Or it said male and then the F, so I'm thinking female. I am a single mother by choice. My kids are donor conceived. I am lucky enough to have a good job, French teacher in a private school, and a paid off house, parents' life insurance inheritance. Before I had either of my kids, I made sure to have a year's living expenses saved. Then I would take a sabbatical to recover from birth, as well as bond with my kids. While on sabbatical, I still tutored some kids with some extra income for some extra income. My friend, 34 female, just had baby 2 months ago. She is the breadwinner of her household, and her husband has been unemployed since he was laid off during COVID. That's a long time. This story is only 5 days old. So yeah, that's 4 years that he's been laid off. That's a problem. It was great to be pregnant at the time, as well as having a friend with a newborn, but it has turned sour. She has been saying how jealous she is of me being able to take off a whole year from work, how she would have loved to not worry about losing their home, how she doesn't even have a couple $100 in her savings account, let alone a whole year's worth of living expenses. And this lady is 2 years older than OP. I usually ignore it or brush it off because I kind of can understand the stress she is under. Well, starting about 10 days ago, she started hinting at not being able to afford daycare, and any mention of her husband taking care of the kids is brushed off. Then she started remarking on how much free time I must have, which I deflected by saying, truthfully, that being a single mom to a baby and a small kid left me with no free time. Oh, okay. So I guess it was 6 male and 5 months female. That was the age. Okay, 5 months female. Okay. That was it. Then last night she came out with it and asked if I could do her a favor and watch her kid while she worked. I was firm but polite when I said that I couldn't, that I am not capable of watching 2 kids under 6 months. She started almost begging me, saying that she can't afford daycare, and if she is not back at work, she will lose her job and they will end up homeless. I again brought up her husband, and she said that he was not good with kids and is incapable of taking care of kids. Why is he at home? Why are we married to him? I kept saying no, and she kept pushing it until it escalated to her calling me heartless and me telling her that it's not my problem. She chose to have a kid with a useless man. Now she blocked me. I'm feeling very guilty about what I said, and I'm feeling like the a-hole. So, is she the a-hole for saying that her friend has a useless man? Let us know in the comments. Let's see.
Again, since there's only like 4 options, I just did the main ones with the OP, the friend, both, and none. But if you think it's a husband chat, then put, what kind of emoji should they put in the chat?
A man.
Put a man in the chat.
No, put a boy. Put the young one.
Put the young boy, the baby boy, in the chat if you think the husband is guilty. Well, yeah, guilty. That's fine. Guilty of being the a-hole chat.
Okay, okay, so I'll give my initial thoughts on this. I'm not mad at the OP. That's my initial thoughts. So we'll see what the chat has to say. There is a poll open that Kimmy posted. We got 7 votes. So if you haven't voted, make sure you do hit. Oh, I just got rid of Kimmy. There she is. Oh. You didn't even notice you were gone, huh?
No, I didn't. I was looking for my tequila.
Okay. So yeah, make sure you guys vote in the vote section. I don't know what we call it, but make sure you vote and let us know if you think who you think is the a-hole. And we're gonna go ahead and jump into the comments. But before we do that, I want to see how many likes we're at. We're at 36 likes, y'all. And there's 27 people watching live. So if you have not hit the like button, please do. It does help us out in the algorithm. It does help us get more friends for the channel and possibly more subscribers for the channel, even though I never remind people to subscribe if they're not subscribed. But yeah, if you're not subscribed, make sure to subscribe. Our like goal for the stream is 50 likes, and we are 14 likes away. Oh, look at that math. 14 likes away from the like.
Look at you! An attorney who maths. Oh my gosh, we got the best one here.
Attorney who maths. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Y'all are playing with me, okay? I gotta get up for the live stream. Kimmy is playing with me at this point, and she's pouring her shot. So here we go. Okay, let's see what the chat thinks. So, Kimmy, did you want to give your initial thoughts?
Yeah, throw the whole husband away. Like, why are women not only in these relationships with, but marriages with, and then procreating and having entire other humans and bringing them into the world with useless men? He's useless since COVID.
4 years ago.
No, that's ridiculous. I feel really bad for the friend. I think that she probably, like, she's stressed. She knows she can't rely on her husband because he's a useless man.
Yeah.
So she was trying to rely on her friend, and that didn't work out, which is a bummer.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, don't have children with useless men and then expect your friend to take care of them.
I agree. Useless. Tiny D says she sounds uppity. OP is uppity. I get it. Tiny D says I'm listening through. Mm-hmm. Island says it's the husband. The husband is the a-hole. I'm with you there. Small says not the a-hole. Gotta give her a reality check. Small says, but people do not like the truth. I'm gonna have to nod on that. Crystal Yo says she's a jealous. She's not your friend. Get rid of her. Get rid of her. She got a man that's not her problem. She's got a man that's not her problem. That's your friend, honey. Yeah, it's the husband is the problem. I'm gonna go with that. And the friend is the problem too. You know your husband sucks. Why are you blaming her? We got Island dropping a boy. We got Phoenix Waller dropping a baby boy. Love it. It's the husband. He's the problem. Small says the husband ? That's a given. That's not a question. Like, how could he not take care of his children and he doesn't have a job? What is he doing? Like, what is he doing at home?
Not you wanna beat me?
Beat me? Oh.
No, he's doing not. You ready? This is not gonna. Well, he's.
I don't know what you're gonna cuss.
I mean, he's doing not shit. Like he's. There you go. I think we would get away with that on TV.
Yes,
for sure.
Yeah. It gives you like a little indication of what you're gonna say, but then we cut it off at the end.
Yeah, it's like, did you say that? Nope.
Sorry, chat. Okay. Ohio Pop Mom says she wouldn't have said it if her friend hadn't been so pushy. Agreed. Why is the friend so thirsty? Thirst to your man, okay? Just like you is thirsting for that baby seed. Probably too much to say. Ira says the friend shouldn't have called her heartless. She shouldn't have insulted the husband. But in the end, the husband is the problem. Two new moms should have to work around a man who won't help. I mean, the man is not OP's man. The man is the friend's man who's trying to get OP to be her man and watch her child. That man doesn't have a job. Okay? So the man needs to learn how to change a diaper. And breastfeed potential. Don't breastfeed. That's weird.
I mean, if men lactate.
She can pump and he can make a bottle or they can do a formula or something, but he has to figure out how to help out.
Yeah. I agree.
Just Me MD posted a man child.
Oops, no. Stop poll. Sorry, I posted it too early.
Cheryl C says there is nothing wrong with asking a friend for a favor, but the friend always has the option to say no. Agree. You might be disappointed, but might not understand. But people don't have to grant favors. Absolutely, I agree with that. You do not owe anyone anything. Amy Evans says the friend is the hope. Is the hope
a hope? So probably a hole.
Oh, a-hole. Okay, yeah. The friend is the a-hole. She must have known he sucked before having a kid with him and marrying him. She knew that. She for sure knew that.
Well, because if she has a baby now and he's been unemployed since COVID, she's had years to know it.
I think they also have another child as well, if I'm not mistaken. Let me see.
I thought that the single mother had multiple.
Okay.
Is that one too?
No, it just says the friend has a newborn. It doesn't say if she has any other kids. So you're right. Yeah, it's just a newborn. But 34 and a newborn and a husband, you knew he wasn't Jack. First of all, why did you get pregnant by him? And he's been off of work. I guess he got a lot of time to try to give his seed to her because he's been off of work for 3 years. By the time she got pregnant and had the baby. Because she has a newborn right now. This is posted 5 days ago. So he's been 3 years unemployed by the time she got pregnant. He will be on the streets. I know they say through sickness and health, but he's not trying to get a job. So that's a problem for me. And this is my assumption because they didn't say what he has done to try to get a job. I'm just going to assume that he's a lazy POS.
Well, because like that's not through sickness and health. If one just like gives up and is like, all right, you do everything now. Like that's not what the vows were for.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
He don't cook, he don't clean. You got to get rid of his ring. That's
Oh, I haven't heard that before. That's cute.
I mean, it's kind of a Cardi B song. I just changed some words.
I like
it. Cheryl C says, this is a marital issue, not a problem the friend can solve. Agreed. I agree with that for sure. Crystal Yo says, since COVID, dude, seriously, that's a long time. And to give that man a baby, absolutely not. I cannot. And I know you're supposed to be like through sickness and through health and supportive and stuff, but a man without a job, I'm not trying to be sexist for, you know, my LGBTQ people, but a man without a job, I cannot. I will not. And you're not even trying. For 3 years? 3 years? You're telling me like McDonald's not hiring?
I mean, I would love to have like a stay-at-home husband, cooking, cleaning, massages, all of that. But like, if you're just sitting at home doing nothing,
you don't care for the kid.
What are you there for? Like, what do you like I said, in sickness and in health, you're supposed to be like unified and partners through that. One of you is not supposed to just be like, all right, I give up. It's all on you now. Like, that's not what the vows are.
Agreed. And with you saying that, it really doesn't matter the gender. You're right about that. It does not matter the gender. The fact that you're Small says, exactly, do not procreate with useless men. They don't give your kids bums for fathers. That alone makes her the a-hole. Yeah, for the friend. I think that's what we're referring to there. Alexis Connie says, you gotta do a hand signal. For which one? For the beat.
Right. We should have had like a whole.
Yeah, I caught on to it.
That makes too much sense.
Yeah, too much sense. We're just winging it at this point.
We don't have time for that.
Just Me MD says, I do not agree with calling people useless, though. I mean, what's his use other than impregnating her?
I mean, you took the words out of my mouth. Like,
yeah.
There's much worse words, I feel like, to call a man who sits at home and does nothing and has no use. Like,
he'll be homeless. He'll be homeless if dealing with me.
Well, yeah. Similarly to like before, like, just MD, what would you refer to this person as? He has no use. Like, what is his use?
He's just there. And maybe he's going through some things. Maybe. But also he is too. She just out a crotch goblin from her vagina.
Well, but maybe he is going through some things, and that is valid. But if he's been going through things for years, then they as a couple need to say, okay, we need professional help. It's been years. Some things, like, we can't handle this on our own.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
I agree. And pay. If you want your friend to watch your kid, pay her. Pay her.
Yeah, but also, like, 2 less than 6-month-olds and a toddler. When you're I don't.
The other kid is 6.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's 6 male and then 5-month female.
Oh, okay. Well, you know what? 6-year-olds are little like crazy people too, though. Honestly, until they're old enough to like roll their eyes at you and walk upstairs and just chill, they're difficult.
Yeah. True.
Yeah.
This is how much you want to bet he plays a lot of video. Oh, that's one thing I would not even date a man that played video games. Alpha now plays video games on like his phone, but if I would have met him and he played video games, so we would not be.
Really?
Don't date men that play video games. PS5s. Whatever else they do right now, Xbox. What's the cool systems these days?
I don't know, but I'm about to blow your mind. Listen to what I heard the other day.
Okay.
So one of my like friends, he like, you know, obviously there's streamers within games and they have all these different worlds. He was watching 2 different streams of the same like world and the same game at the same time just to like know everything that's going on and so engrossed in it. And there's 0% chance he knew what was happening in either one because it sounded like a cluster.
Yeah.
I don't know. We're going to have to come up with a signal maybe. But cluster. But
God dang it, Kimmy.
no, that was perfectly done. Beautifully
that was
done.
horrible. That was horrible. I already beeped it. Why would you say it? I already beeped. Why would you say it?
Well, I already said it. Why would you beep? So anyway,
first.
You well, but you're supposed to beep before the word, so that's on you. That's I forgot what we were talking about.
You were talking about your friend and watching 2 games in the same world.
Yeah, they get so into these things to be that like. Imagine watching like a live stream, like a lot of law nerds do, like watching that all day, but watching 2, but it's not even real. Like, that's fascinating to me.
I couldn't. I just don't date gamer guys. I need more ambition. Also, I talk to a camera in an empty room, so I could also be a problem, but yeah.
I'm kind of hurt. Like I'm right here, Bree. Just because I can't time it with your early beeping.
I wouldn't date you. I'm sorry.
That's okay. I'll just like cry myself to sleep tonight. No big deal. I got my hair all done for you. But that's fine. Wow, this is harsh. Public rejection.
I'm a heterosexual woman.
No, yeah, I'm not even taking you to a strip club anymore. What's the next comment?
I thought we were friends. Dang, God, you got to take me on a date to the strip club. I'm gonna tell your husband.
Good luck.
He's like, take her.
Okay.
You got Alexis Carney saying the beeps kind of remind me of the older phones that beep when you push the button. If you hit them right, you can play Mary Had a Little Lamb. I don't have that many different tones. It doesn't go to my touch as seamlessly. Sorry. Not me judging me. She's like, you want to date me? Served you right.
Listen, I would rock your world, Bree. Don't like, that's fine. Whatever.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. I will heal in time.
Tanya D says her saying he's not good with kids is what took me over. He's home all day and hasn't learned how to care for kids. Like, what is he good at then? If he's just at home, sounds like he can take care of kids to me. Eating snacks, is that what he's good at? Just Me MD says wife needs to have a real we need to talk conversation. Agreed. They gotta go to therapy. Island says, or he could get a job. Yeah, anywhere doing anything, let him pay for the daycare. Exactly. I agree. If he's just at home, go get a job at McDonald's. Figure it out. Crystal, and they pay like what? I mean, where I'm at, like $17 an hour. That's a god dang. You know, you can get a little certificate to do that. He can get a job at McDonald's or In-N-Out. They have they pay good in In-N-Out, you know. Crystal Yo says, if you need a sitter when your man is right there, he gotta go. He gotta go. Small says exactly. And if she didn't, she's the a-hole for ignoring red flags. Agreed. Cheryl C, I see you in the back. Let me know when you're ready. Alexis Carney says, I was going to try to join, but ended up eating, and I still haven't cleaned my braces. I don't think people can see your braces from the live stream. Right. What the F do that have to do with us? Laughing my A off for my LGBTQ people. F out of here. Don't bring us in this. An able partner without a job who can't take care of kids is useless. Agreed. I did correct that, Smalls. I don't know if I'm too late to correct the text message to me, but I did say it doesn't matter the gender. If you're not able to do, you gotta go. You gotta go. I agree with you. Phoenix Waller says 1,000% the man still thinks he's the provider.
It's right, true. He probably gets real insulted.
He probably does think that.
That is so spot on.
He probably does think that. Probably does. Okay. Our Arctic Ginger says, leave him with the kid. He'll figure it out or get a job. Okay. And then Tanya D says, question, these friends aren't equally yoked either. How is one friend paying off bills, having a career and kids, but the other one is married and a deadbeat, married to a deadbeat? It's hard to be equally yoked as friends, especially like if you've been friends for a long time. So I wouldn't necessarily put her, in a different category because she is not. I mean, she does sound successful. It sounds like she does have a good job. She's able to provide for her entire family. She may not just be as, what do you call it? Like disciplined as the OP friend. OP was like, F a man, F a partner. I'm just going to have my own kids by myself with paid off houses from my inheritance. And I'm going to live my life. Friend is just like, I'm 2 years older. I have a man. I would like to have a man. And then I had a baby, maybe naturally. I'm assuming this is a natural, man and woman came together and had a baby. And her baby is 2 months old. So I don't know if we can just say that the friends are on different levels, because it's not unreasonable for friends to be on different levels, if that makes sense. Kimmy, do you have a comment on that?
I mean, like my best friend that I was talking about earlier, I've known her for more than half my life. She has a very different life than I do. She has 4 children. I have 2 dogs. Well, she also has 2 dogs. But, like, I don't know. I mean, it's just like you can be in different points in your life, but if you grow up with each other and you support each other and you're growing as people together, then, Cheryl, are you ready? If you do like a thumbs up really quick, I'll throw you on so we can get your opinion.
No, I agree with the friends. Like, you might not be on the exact same page just because you're around the same age. They clearly both went different routes. One just had children without a man. Another one had children with a man, and she's the breadwinner. Right. For me, I may be a little, y'all can call me traditional, can do whatever, sexist. I will not date a man without a job unless there's like some type of reason why he does not have a job. If he is an able-bodied man, he should be making money, a decent amount of money. So, and everyone has their different standards, right? OP, like I said, her standard was F a man, F a partner. I'm just going to have 2 kids without anybody. I'm going to do it by myself. The friend was just like, okay, well, I have a partner and I have a kid, but my man's not capable of weaponizing competence. You have a partner, basically. Though? Yeah. She accepted weaponizing competence, while obviously OP wouldn't accept that, but I don't think that means that they can't be friends. So, hi, Cheryl C. Welcome in.
Hi, everybody.
How are you today?
I'm good. I put a bathrobe on for you guys and everything.
Oh, nice.
I'm so flattered.
Like nobody needs to see me in my PJs tonight.
So, see, Bri. Never mind. I was gonna say Cheryl would date me, but then if Cheryl turned me down, I would cry on stream. So no.
Kimmy's just gonna go away. She's gonna be like, you know what? After BriHive,
okay.
Okay.
So what is your opinion?
My opinion is, well, first of all, I don't know how she procreated with this guy at all, right? Like, I mean, I wouldn't, and this is just me, and I'm not saying that, like, that men can't be stay-at-home dads and all this other stuff, but somebody with not only you can have no like career ambitions, right? And be fine being a stay-at-home parent, and that goes for men or women, but or anything in between, right? But to then put all the responsibility for taking care of the home, taking care of the family, everything on the other spouse, in addition to, financial responsibilities, I think it's that, no, I wouldn't even find that person attractive. You wouldn't have any possibility of getting me pregnant. So
I didn't
absolutely not. Yeah.
That is the point of a partnership.
Mm-mm.
Right. I didn't know how to say it without being crude, but like, how after multiple years of him doing nothing, are you interested enough to even have a child?
Yeah. Absolutely not. Want nothing to do with it.
At least 3 years of not having a job.
Look, I struggled to find a job during COVID, and I'm a single income person. I don't have another person that's bringing in money. So, it was really difficult, and I was actively searching, and to, go back to a former career, which is what I was attempting to do, and which was my plan before COVID even hit. It just sort of sped up the process. So going back to a former career, going back to a different industry, going back to, I had moved across the country. So all those things, yeah, it was really difficult for me to find a job, and I was actively looking. And so to know that there's somebody who's just like relying on another person and kind of taking advantage of them while creating more mouths to feed, no, absolutely not.
He's basically locking her in by having a baby, right? Because a lot of women, we don't know once you have a baby.
He baby trapped her. You're right.
Locked her in, right?
Right. And that's a good point too, Cheryl, that like you at least like you're moving, you're trying to switch careers, like you're progressing in life though. But what is he doing?
Yep.
It's a good point.
And even if he can't find a job, you can, or can't find the job he wants, let's say that's the problem, right? He can still bring in money for his family. Yeah. He can make cold calls. He can, whatever. You can work at a gas station nights and help during the day, whatever, do the opposite schedule that your spouse has so that you have childcare. You know what I mean? Like there's ways to make it work so that there's two incomes. If you don't want to 100% have childcare duties.
And so if you don't plan on work, or you can't get back in your regular career, get a lower, maybe not a lower career, but get a different career. Like I said, McDonald's is hiring, all the restaurants are hiring, retail is hiring. If you're not going to be at home to watch the kid, at least go to work so that your wife can pay for someone to watch the kid. If you're not going to do it, right?
Just literally do anything at all. Yeah. Anything.
Even if your job is only going to pay for childcare because you don't want to do it.
Yeah.
Then make the money to pay for the childcare.
Yes.
Right.
Absolutely. And then write it off on taxes.
But I'm telling you that I had to join. I finally decided, I'm like, you know what, I'm going to join because I have to I have to come on and give Kimmy some backup because I don't remember what you guys were talking about, but it was a moment where you guys were no longer going to go to the strip club together, and I was like, well, Kimmy needs someone to go to the strip club with her, so.
Yes, girl, thank you.
Place me? Okay, well, I just kicked myself off the stream. Y'all have y'all little rendezvous without me.
Cheryl, you let me know when you go to Atlanta. Yes.
I'm still gonna go to Atlanta. Kimmy just doesn't want me to bring my husband.
No, girls trip. I definitely want to. I actually am trying to plan a trip for work to go to Atlanta, so I will absolutely let you know. Yeah. Well,
I love that?
Flying into Atlanta, technically it would be Roswell, but yes, Atlanta. Yeah.
I used to live in Roswell, so
Well, see?
I'm in Roswell, so we're good. That's fantastic. How fun.
I need to go ahead and set up a Discord. I know some people are already on Discord. It's just me that's not there, but I need to go ahead.
We can set up a Discord if you want. Should we call it like Bree Stripper Pole?
You mean I'm about to kick you off the live stream.
Just spitballing.
Bree Stripper Pole. You can just call it.
Listen, you said you're not good with names. I'm trying to help.
We could just call it BriHive, okay?
Okay.
Man, Small says words mean things, useless fits. I don't make the rules. Accurate. Crystal Yo says she needs to pick her friends better. Indeed. She might need to find new friends. Cheryl C, who's now on the live stream with us, says this was not a family emergency where she and the husband had to go somewhere unexpectedly and was not appropriate. OP clearly saw this was going to turn into a friend's long-term solution. Yeah. I'm like, you have to pay me at that point. If you want me to watch your baby, you're going to have to pay me. Small says, so you're saying
I'm going to go off camera for 1 second.
Okay, no problem. Small says, so you're saying your nieces and nephews don't start rolling their eyes as babies, just my godson, Kimmy Lockett. That's what I said. They start.
No, let me clarify. Because my niece, when she was a baby, like she can make you feel like the dumbest person in the world. You would try to baby talk, be cute, idiot. Like this teeny tiny baby made you feel so dumb. But at least a teenager rolls their eyes and then goes upstairs. Whereas like children, they're either like sticky for some reason, or you gotta like change them, or they're like messing stuff up. But teenagers, it's not just the eye roll, Smalls. It's about the eye roll and then going away and wanting to be in their own space because no one's felt feelings like them before. Like, and then they're not annoying and like all over.
You know, babies, they just roll their eyes and then slap you.
Babies, right.
Alexis Carney says, don't date musicians either unless you're down with being poly. How did we get here? F the musicians.
No, don't F the musicians. That's the whole point.
Either don't or all of them.
Exactly what they want. Okay. Alexis Carney says, I can't count on one hand the musicians I know who have not cheated on their partners. It has to be a very low number.
But cheating.
Well, I'll be honest. I know quite a few musicians, and I have the opposite experience. The majority of them are actually quite monogamous, the ones that I know, but I don't know. I have a weird circle of friends, though. It could just be a reflection on them.
But there's also a distinction between poly and people who say they're monogamous but then cheat because they can't keep it in their pants.
That is true.
It's not the same.
That is the difference. You are right.
Mm-hmm.
Small says, okay, well, that's just childish. I used to feel the same way about video games, but I'm pretty ignorant. But it's a pretty ignorant take. I had to change my perspective on video games. You ain't gonna change my mind. I will not date a man that plays video games. That's my personal, that's what I like. I don't like a man that plays video games. I don't play video games literally make me sick. Like I get dizzy watching video games. So no, I would not date a man that plays video games. I also think that
first person perspective, it makes me nauseated a lot too. I understand, but I don't know. I like video games. It doesn't bother me. But I think, like I said in the chat, and you might not have actually gotten to it yet, but as long as the guy doesn't do it to the exclusion of all else or like relationship things or other responsibilities, and as long as they don't think that like their video game, fixation is like their whole personality, then that I'm fine with it.
I cannot connect on it. I have my own problems with it. Like I said, I literally get sick. I will go to an arcade though. I'm fine with the arcade, but video games at home, that's just not my thing. And everybody has their preference. Okay. So Clown Fiesta equals cluster truck. Says K. Smith. Tanya D says no more drinking streams. Is it going bad, Tanya? Please let me know. Y'all are hilarious. Oh, I don't know
why no more.
I don't know if that's bad or good.
Everybody's mean to us.
I know. I'm like trying to open my eyes, but they won't open. So she's probably like, Bree, you're a little too late. Mama Tanya is on me. Okay. Cheryl C says again.
Oh, you can skip it. I just said it out loud.
Okay. Oh, that's what you said. Okay. Ellen says sometimes I sync up trial live streams so I can listen to all the lawyers. Kimmy, you were talking about your friend watching multiple video games at the same time in the same world.
But that's different though, because like that's almost as if you have like the courtroom and then the lawyers are all in the same situation. But in this other thing, they're like different, just whole completely different things.
They never come together.
Right. Like syncing. See, the fact that she says I sync up trial live streams, the fact you can sync them is different.
Yeah.
So I hold that one.
Just Me MD says I would encourage her OP to look for additional resources for assistance for finances, childcare, and job resources, and to kick the man out.
Divorce attorneys.
Yeah, all of those things. Mackenzie Carter Cameron says, laughing my A off. I just got here. Don't know the context, but Boss Bitch Bree is also always right. Thanks. Ohio Palm Mom says Ian has a whole gaming channel. Ian's cool though. Like, I wouldn't date him though.
I mean, no. He's married. You're married. Like
not my age.
You wouldn't date me either. You said you wouldn't date me either. So you have bad taste.
Girl, and I don't like girls, Kimmy. It's nothing against you.
No, you just have bad taste. That's bad taste. That's fine.
Just don't date girls.
It's not the point.
You're a great person. It's not you.
Thank you.
Did you just throw "you have a good personality" at her? That is awful. Why? Why would you do that, Bree?
No, it wasn't personality. She said it's not you, it's me.
No,
which is just as bad.
She said you're whatever. You're a nice person or something. That's
a great person. I just don't date girls. There's nothing wrong with that. Everyone has their preference, right? Maybe if
first time for everything, it's fine.
Yeah, I guess. I'm sorry, Kimmy.
You said, yeah, I guess.
First time for everything. I thought you were married, Kimmy.
I am. I just love to mess with people.
Yes. Okay.
Does Alpha know you have a girlfriend?
Does Alpha know we're going to the strip clubs in Atlanta?
Okay, we're on our live stream, and Kimmy is asking that I come to Atlanta, and if I come to Atlanta, am I allowed to go to the strip club without you, or would
not how
you?
Kimmy worded it, but okay.
I don't remember Kimmy asking for permission.
No. You can ask for forgiveness, not permission.
He just walked away. He's gone now.
No answer is an answer. So
probably the right move, actually.
Okay. Small says the Ohio Palm Mom. A lot of folks do. I follow and watch them. The video games are for kids. For kids' take is pretty outdated, but folks are allowed their preferences, I suppose. Yep, I agree. Mackenzie Carter Cameron says, I could never deal with a gamer. Okay, someone on my team. There we go. Small says, if he's not good with kids, why did he become a whole father? F you mean? Agreed. Just Me MD says, I don't agree with calling a friend significant other names, even if I don't agree with their choices. As for him, OP should leave him at home a few hours at a time while she takes self-care. So OP is separate than the friend. So OP is just a friend that got her own kids and does her own life. The friend is asking OP to watch her newborn child because her husband is at home incapable of taking care of their child. Island says to Just Me MD, I agree. She needed to leave the conversation sooner. Small says there's name calling, then there are adjectives. Yeah, useless.
Well, that's true because like useless is not a name.
Yeah,
like
agreed.
It's an adjective. You have no use. It's describing a noun. That man. The use is none.
The use is none. Agreed.
The use is none.
Agreed. Agreed. Just Me MD says build up to him being alone with a baby. A lot of new moms are not always prepared for motherhood yet grow into it. Exactly. Leave him at home with the baby. Figure it out. He will figure it out. All he has to do is keep the baby alive. Now, if he can't do that, then he would not be a good 90s baby because we had baby alive. Those little creepy dolls that moved their eyes and talked and said, Mama. Those things are creepy.
Yeah.
Those and Furbies. We had some creepy toys.
Oh, Furbies. Oh, those were really creepy. And we had trolls. Yeah.
Okay, youngins. Now we had lawn darts. Okay, like you sit down with your Furbies and stuff. All right.
No, but lawn darts
like our parents were
not possessed.
Our parents were legit trying to kill us.
Oh my gosh, those freaking Furbies, their eyes would be like.
Okay, have you ever seen an Alf doll? Okay, we had ET and Alf. All right, and lawn darts.
Alf was messed up.
Okay.
Lawn darts. Y'all tried to kill each other with lawn darts, but our toys were possessed though. We didn't have weapons for toys. The toys were wrong. It was that's not on us.
The toys were literally Chucky in your room.
Yeah. Okay, this is where I'm gonna tell all of you to look up My Buddy. It's Google time, everybody. So look up My Buddy. How about Teddy Ruxpin? Let's see, Cabbage Patch dolls in general, right? I mean, come on. They were creepy.
I had Cabbage Patch dolls.
I had a Cabbage Patch doll too, but looking at it in retrospect, I mean, come on. So My Buddy is is where they got the idea for Chucky. So you'll see some similarities. Yeah,
this black one.
Well, they do now. Yes, not
1986. Look at this one. I feel like, oh gosh!
Oh my god, that bowl cut.
The bowl cut is horrible. Look at this one. This one's horrible. It's really creepy. Yeah, but guess what? They're not automated. Like the Baby Alive dolls and the
Furbies.
The Teddy Ruxpin was absolutely mobile, and its mouth moved to I can't explain it. If there's I can't see I can't see the chat because I'm actually just on my phone, so I can't read the chat and be on the stream. So but if there's any other Gen Z or Gen X's in there, you know what I'm talking about. All right, we had some creepy bleep toys.
Oh, I didn't steal it. I took a turn. But look at the cute eyes. What do you mean you had some Cheryl? Okay, now you listen to it speak and watch its mouth move and watch its eyes blink. It is the stuff of nightmares. Do you ever feel Cheryl as Gen X as the middle child generation that's just kind of forgotten between boomers and no. Well, yes, but I think that because we're so used to just being overlooked, this is a little Gen X insight. I think we're just so used to just being overlooked and kind of forgotten and left to our own devices that at this point, our apathy, we're just kind of so
just leave us out of it. Like, you don't want us as part of this conversation. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And our generation was always like, we were big into activism. We were big into all that stuff.
Yeah.
But Gen X,
Thing.
Yeah.
huge into active, like our whole
are still like destroying everything. Get them out.
No.
Let it go.
Get them out.
No, we were the generation that, you know, kind of heralded in a lot of, I'm trying to not make this like a, you know, whole get on my soapbox stream. But no, we actually, you kind of have to think about what was going on when we were all like in high school, right?
Mm-hmm.
So there was a lot of political stuff. There was, you know, there was a lot of conflict, Middle East. We also, you know, if you kind of go back, like in elementary school and everything, we were still going through Cold War stuff, right? So this is kind of how we grew up. And I won't make it political, but, you know, we understood at a very young age the whole Reaganomics thing and how that affected our parents and, you know, just kind of all of that. So by the time we got to high school, we were not quietly, you know, fighting for a lot of, especially equality. I have very clear memories of a lot of activism and being involved in a lot of things that had to do with equality for people of different, you know, basically non-heterosexual preferences, whatever that was, you know, in that moment. But sorry?
Yeah, I was saying women too, like all of that stuff was coming in at the same time, women getting bank accounts and being able to do their own thing. LGBTQ before everybody, all the extra letters. You also got interracial marriage, although it was approved in I think like the 70s or something, and that was coming into play. All of that stuff was, it's kind of a build up, right?
Well, we were sort of the generation that we got to take advantage of the fact that a lot, like, okay, that's the wrong way of putting it. We got to normalize a lot of things that the generation before us did not find to be quote unquote normal, right? So even people that were earlier in my generation didn't go to school and it wasn't as diverse. It's like early Gen X, right? It wasn't as diverse. It definitely, you weren't, I would say, gosh, like a quarter of my friends were not heterosexual in high school, right? More, I mean, after high school, we learned that it was more like half, but you know, I had a lot of friends coming out in high school where even years before, just a handful of years before, you know, like the early Gen X, that wouldn't even have been a thought. So a lot of that came out in our generation and we fought for it. And the way we fought for it was, you know, fighting for our friends and, you know, making it normal, and acting and agreeing that it was normal and it wasn't, you know, something that we even had to call out. So, you know, our friends would get, and I'm speaking from my experience. I'm certainly not speaking for everybody, but in talking to a lot of, you know, people that were in my age group, we seemed to have a lot of similar experiences where there seemed to be like a shift where it went from, oh my gosh, this person, they're coming out, or we think that they're this or whatever, and all of a sudden it was just like, yeah, so, you know, like, okay, we're going to go to XYZ club, you know, and of course it's, you know, a gay club and we're all just going to go partying. But, you know, there was absolutely nothing abnormal about it. And that happened in my time and I'm glad that it did. So That says nothing for our choice in toys and what was offered to us, because I still don't understand how we made it through childhood. But you know, as far as like activism and stuff like that, you wouldn't think it, because we've sort of been forgotten now in the kind of battle between the millennials and the boomers.
Yeah,
But I mean, my mom, I mean, our parents, although again, it's forgotten, but our parents were big activists too, you know. There's definitely something to be, okay, all right, yeah, they're creepy.
Furby, for those who don't know.
No, my stepkids had them, and I might be responsible for hiding them in the basement and not telling anybody where to find them. That might be something I did. But
well, no, but in all seriousness, I didn't like realize that. I am historically like ignorant, and I was just making the boomer like millennial joke, but that I think like, thank you for correcting me. I need to talk to my sister more, because she's a Gen X, and maybe I'm just used to like teasing her because she's a sister, like my sister or something. But I truly did not realize all of that activism went on. Like, I think of the 70s and the love, like the whatever, as the last period in my mind that had like, I don't know how to word it, a specific like movement, you know? Like, I didn't realize that all of those things were happening since then.
The funny thing is it's actually the boomers that were the you know, the peace and love generation, right?
Yeah,
so
because my sister was born in the 70s, so Gen X like wasn't. So I just didn't realize Gen X did all that.
No, I was born in this. So Gen X is from 65 to 80, basically. So I'm at the tail end of that, but still definitely identify as Gen X. I because I'm at the tail end, or whatever they try to call us now, Zennials, or what, I don't know what they try to call us, but those of us sort of at the end of the Gen X, where, you know, we went from having, you know, rotary phones attached to walls with, you know, cords and everything, to, you know, to
iPhones,
the birth of AOL and all that stuff. Like, you know, we went through all of that. So, you know, we kind of had a little bit different experience than the ones that were, you know, born in 65, let's say. But yeah, I mean, I think every generation blames the ones before, and I think that that's natural and to a certain degree accurate. Where, you know, we kind of seem to keep compounding, but Gen X actually did quite a bit of good when it comes to fighting for equality and for individualism. So I know that we are kind of known as the forgotten generation or the apathetic generation. And again, to a certain extent, that's not inaccurate.
And I was
but
mostly just saying I wish y'all would take over for the baby boomers. Like,
I mean, that's gonna happen to us soon too, because, you know, Gen Z is just gonna take over what we were doing, and
Gen Z's already blaming millennials for stuff. You know, you can see it all over. Well, I was gonna say Twitter, but that's wrong. It's all over like TikTok. But
and they're like, already our style and everything. They're trying to come back to the 2000s. Like, you're supposed to cycle it like way back. Go to the 60s and the 70s for your style. Why are you going back to the 2000s for the upcoming style right now? So, you know, but with everything else, they're gonna cycle. We're gonna get erased at some point too, and then it's gonna be Gen Z and then Gen Z and Gen Alpha fighting about, you know, who's cooler and all that. I mean, you know,
I've already seen, like, there was this one TikTok where a Gen Z was saying, all right, you guys, we need to make peace with the millennials because these Gen Alphas are crazy.
Yeah.
But then the millennial stitched it, was like, no, there is no peace. It is y'all's turn now. So
Yeah, I keep seeing like there's all these, you know, the quote unquote recommendations that that social media likes to send me. But and a lot of it is like, you know, Gen Zers are, you know, kind of calling out Gen Xers and stuff like that. And I mean, I know it's funny, it's for content and all that stuff. And again, you know, there's some truth to it, you know, that there's a little grain of truth to a lot of stereotypes, right? So, but we were often left to our own devices. A lot of us had homes that you were either single parent or both of our parents worked. We were also the generation where, you know, traditional 2-parent, 2-kid homes kind of went by the wayside. And we were left to our own devices. So we became very much like sort of independent minded. We had to figure out a lot of our own problems. So we were kind of a generation of, you know, figure it out, you know, sort of less dramatic because it kind of takes a little bit more to shake us up. Not that I don't have dramatic friends, but you know what I mean, as a whole. But it's, I don't know, we're a little scrappier, and we definitely grew up sort of in the line of fire, I guess I would say. The jokes about us, the only thing we had to drink all day was out of like our neighbor's hose are absolutely accurate. Yeah. You know, but we also, I think it was really easy for us to adapt to changing social environments because you were often kind of just like, all right, well, you know, it's the middle of the day in the summer. Who's here? Like who's can I play with? We're all stuck outside. None of our parents are home, or we're kicked out of the house because our parents wouldn't let us in the house most of the day. You know, get outside and play. And so until the lights came on, we had to go find someone to play with, and it could be anybody, right? So I think it was easier for us to sort of adapt to different personalities, different cultures and everything. And I've had this conversation with my mom, even, is like, you know, she feels some guilt because I grew up in the projects, and we definitely didn't have any money, and we were in low income housing and, you know, public schools and all the things. But I was like, I actually wouldn't change that. I had experiences that, you know, some of my friends now never had. And, you know, my school was incredibly diverse. I had, you know, got introduced to people from different countries, different cultures, all different things, and grew up with that. And then I moved one state over for 2.5 years. And to be really frank, it was upper middle class, which I was very unused to. It was very classist. And it was very white. So I know that my skin color is very white, but my dad is actually Filipino. So being able to share that side of me in that kind of environment, very different than what I was used to, you know? So, okay, we can absolutely go back to Am I the Assholes now, because we've completely like derailed ourselves. But as far as like Gen X stuff, yeah, we have a little more substance than people seem to think we do. We didn't just run around complaining about drinking out of hoses.
Yeah, I was kind of clicking through the comments because we're not going to be able to get through all of them. Somebody put Tamagotchis. These were like legit people's children, and they would die in class.
Mine, I always would like get to a point where they would not do anything unless I bribed them. And then they were just spoiled little Tamagotchi a-holes.
Okay, you guys and your Tamagotchis. I'm gonna throw one more out there, and then let's do the next Am I the Asshole? Or a-hole. Sorry, Bri, I didn't bleep myself.
You're okay.
Yeah, so you guys had that. You guys had the Tamagotchis. They required a lot of attention. It might die if you didn't feed it. But we had video games where you couldn't pause it and you couldn't save it in the middle of the game. So if you did not completely finish the entire game in one sitting, you basically and you had to go to school or you had to go have dinner or something, you basically had to like pause the game or put it in a section where you couldn't die, and then hope and pray that it was there when you came back 6-8 hours later. And it wasn't always the case. So if you had made tremendous progress and then you came home from school and like the game was gone or somebody had turned off the TV or something, I can't tell you the level of devastation. So, yeah. Oh, yeah. I am. Yeah.
Okay, I'm trying to get through some of the chats while we're chatting up here. Gracefully Insane says, I actually saw Polly Pocket mentioned on Insta. I loved Polly Pockets, but I was too poor. I mean, I wasn't poor, but like my family had too many kids, so I cannot get Polly Pockets. So I'm gonna pull up Polly Pockets for Gracefully Insane. Let's see. Kimmy, can you read some of the comments? I'm gonna pull up Polly Pockets.
Yes. Okay. So Phoenix Waller is explaining to Smalls what lawn darts are, what they sound like. Oversized darts with targets on the lawn.
Targets on your children's feet. Yes. Something like that. Yeah.
Then Island says lawn darts weren't dangerous. It stemmed from one guy who became obsessed with getting them banned.
Oh, contraire. I could not disagree more. Lawn darts were terrifying.
Yeah.
Terrifying.
Just Me MD says, remind him it is like the flower babies or egg babies we did as school projects where you had to keep them alive. Same plan.
Okay,
We did. Yeah, we had the I think by the time I got to school we were doing the flower babies, or by the time we were doing flour, because eggs go bad, guys, in the US when they're not refrigerated. So so we switched to flour by the time I got to that age.
And people still were becoming teen moms, so that class did not work out.
Well, what is a bag of flour really gonna teach?
Yeah, I mean, now they have like the crying baby thing.
They do.
Have you ever tried to carry a bag of flour around in the grocery store?
Yeah, but it didn't stop.
They tear so easily, and they like if you even just squeeze it a tiny bit too hard, it just puffs out flour. You knew how well you were doing by how white everybody's clothes were. Yeah, it was.
Flour was.
But they also don't cry at night or tell if you leave them at home, unless when you're like going to school.
No, I forgot what it was. We actually had, there was something that we had to do. I think we had to like set a timer or something. They accounted for that. We had to like set a timer or something and wake up every couple of hours or something like that.
Right. Yeah. I would have been like, sure, my alarm was set. Like,
well, I mean, it's on the honor system, right? So yeah.
Island says, don't forget Kid Sister, the counterpart to my buddy.
Oh, I'm not forgetting her. No.
That's mommy.
No. I'll never forget.
Mommy of four, those are all 80 kids toy. My buddies were creepy for sure, but everybody had one, right? Just Me MD says, my buddy was creepy. I still have my Cabbage Patch baby. She is 41 years old. That is my only child. Love that. Smile says, love Teddy Ruxpin. Phoenix Mullet says, oh, Teddy Ruxpin was weird. I didn't have that one, but and even Stranger Goose, where you put the tape under a wing. I don't know.
I don't know if I remember that one. There were a couple that where their mouths moved. according to like the cassette that you would pop into their back.
Oh.
And their mouths would move along to their words, and it was just unimaginably creepy. But I don't remember the goose one.
It doesn't get better. Bless mommy, of course. This Gen X rocks, of course.
I apologize for my Gen X slander. I was ignorant. I denounce and reject myself. Like, I wouldn't date me either. I don't know anything. I'm so sorry. Like,
Kimmy's getting exiled.
I'm the worst. I don't know history. I don't respect my elders. I apologize, Cheryl. I will take you to the finest strip clubs in Atlanta. I'm so sorry for the offense.
I'll take you up on that. I'll take you up on it. I think you owe me a drink at the very least. So
I owe you two, I'm sure.
And brunch.
I don't remember what I said, but I'm so sorry for it. I denounce and reject it. The worst.
Tiny says, come on and rep for us Gen Xers for Cheryl C. Eric Lynn says that Gen X was immediately post-Vietnam. The wall came down, Cold War, Desert Storm, etc. Tiny says we were the ones fighting the power. Yes.
Yep.
Kate Smith says just listen to rebellious Gen X music and you can see what they're about. Small says
still love Rage Against the Machine, by the way. I was at that concert, Rage Against the Machine, and was co-headlining with Wu-Tang, and they did like a small tour. I was there, and I was at one of the ones that basically turned into a free-for-all, and people set the stadium on fire. So yes, that is Gen X. It takes a lot to get us to impress us.
Kimmy's moving things. Yeah. Smalls. Oh, all of my little chats are moving around. Kimmy, you're not doing that?
No.
Oh, okay. I blamed you. Sorry. Alexis Connie says millennial twin with a Gen X older brother and a Gen Z younger. What were your parents doing?
They didn't have cable.
Why are they spreading the children so far apart? Gen Z's sister, the only thing impacting our relationship was our parents not getting along. I mean, yeah, if they keep popping out kids in different generations, I'm sorry. Small says, oh, Kimmy, you sound ridiculous. Gen X is one of the first generations that will call. I'm sorry.
Oh, what gracious me. I am so sorry. Cheryl and Gen X and everybody. I'm
sorry. I didn't know that's what that said.
We are educating people and changing minds on this stream, guys. Come on.
Person schools to divest is wild.
It was the worst thing in the history of ever. I'm so sorry.
Small is coming for you.
Okay, listen. Let me do a PSA. Okay. Gen X is one of the first generations to real rebel, REALL, to really rebel. I'm assuming that means to real rebel, especially college students who helped end apartheid in South Africa by forcing their schools to divest. So I'm sorry, I didn't realize that. I have a fuck ton of respect for Gen X. Boomers, different story. But Gen X and Gen Z, for very different reasons, Gen X really paved the way for us in a lot of ways. I am so sorry for every Gen X that I have wronged with the comment that I made. I'm sorry.
But why are we friends with Gen X? Gen Z. Sorry, not Gen X. Why are we friends with Gen X?
You watch it. Gen X is the darling generation.
I'm sorry. I meant Gen Z. Why are we friends with Gen Z again? Can we talk about that? No, don't talk about it. We are only 2 stories in. And we're 4 hours or 3 hours.
We done at least 3? I thought we did 3.
No, we did 2.
We only did 2. Island says the Smalls, don't forget the boomers are the ones who started protesting war. A lot of them were orphans, grew up on rations. They broke the mold that had existed for generations. Tanya D says Zennials is correct. That's what they changed the name to, I'm guessing.
That's what they're calling like late Gen Xers. They're calling Zennials. So like basically those of us that are like born 75 to 80 kind of, because we were a little more tech savvy. We kind of had that weird dichotomy between like I said, like static, non-techie, and then the sort of the birth of social media and all that stuff. So and easy internet access.
Okay. Tanya D says we taught ourselves a lot of Gen X is more self-sufficient and independent. That's true.
Yep.
Small says, nah, I think boomers are to blame for everything. Small says, I think millennials are to blame for Gen Alpha. I blame fellow millennials for that. No, I ain't got nothing to do with them little hood rats. Okay? Don't blame no millennials for the Gen Alphas. Or I guess, I mean, they're millennial parents maybe, but not me. Okay. Tanya says it cycles about every 20 years though. In the 90s, we had 70 parties. Then they had a lot of 90s party. It keeps repeating, but they're not doing parties. They're literally trying to bite our swag. Okay. This right here is my swag, like Soulja Boy.
Why?
They're trying to bite our swag.
Why? Listen. Why are they bringing back the low-rise jeans? Do they not understand that sacrifice?
Baggy jeans. They're trying to bring back big hoop earrings. Drake is wearing a whole 2003 fit in his Rich Baby Daddy music video. Check it out. He's wearing a whole 2000 fit. He probably had that outfit since he was a child. That was too big when he was a child, and now it's still too big now. So they're trying to bring our whole fashion. I mean, F Drake, but they're trying to bring our whole fashion back. Like, go back to the 80s and then cycle back to the 90s. We just got done out of we still in the 2020s. Like, why are you cycling back to 2000? Like, let it go. Let us Soulja Boy.
Well, as somebody who just cannot pull off the high-waisted pants, I'm sure there's other people out there. It is let's say far from flattering on me.
And my bell bottoms.
Captain Morgan.
Like, I got my whole.
I'm actually really happy that I can dig those medium and low rise flared jeans out of my closet and not have to buy a whole new wardrobe. I'm fine with it.
Yeah, I got my 70s bell-bottom jeans, but we were still wearing bell-bottoms in like middle school though too. So I don't know if we cycled back. Maybe I'm not familiar with the cycle back. Maybe it is 10, 20 years, but yeah, so go away, Gen Alpha's trying to wear 2000s baggy pants. Yeah, go away, cargo pants. That's our thing. Okay.
All right. I don't have any of my Junkos or anything still from the 90s. All right. I don't still have those, but yeah, the early 2000s flares. Yeah, no, I'm sure I got some of those in my closet somewhere.
Yeah, I got the flare because I guess I was associating them with 70s, but I guess they're kind of 2000s too, because I had some flare jeans in 2000 as well. So I guess they do cycle back every 20, 30 years. F them. I'm not for it. I am not for it.
F them kids.
F those kids trying to bring back my style. Island says a lot of adaptation and social skills started falling off with the later millennials on. Okay. The ability to make conversation and handle situations has taken nosedive.
Nosedive?
Nosedive. Yeah. Yeah, somebody gave me a bar license. Nosedive. I was like a non-sedative.
I think it's safe to blame the tequila. I think that's okay.
I probably would have still screwed it up sober. Probably. But no, I mean, I'm not gonna blame late millennials because I'm a late millennial. So I'm sorry, Alan, I can't agree with you on that. But I think I have fine social skills for what I was dealt with. Alexis Kiney says, I'm a mixed white presenting kid too. I get the struggle of your sociological perspective being different than how you are perceived.
Mm-hmm.
True. That's a whole nother conversation we not gonna dive into tonight. Small says, bro, I miss Tamagotchis. Yeah, letting your little Tamagotchis die in your pocket while at school, right? That's like back when we didn't have like text message and stuff. So you're just playing with this little thing. Yeah. K. Smith says hoses provide vital minerals for growing children. Drink out of the hose.
No, the worst, and you also like really had to build up a tolerance for like scalding hot water if you forgot to let it run for a second before you started drinking out of it, because that water was so hot coming out of that hose.
He's a millennial, so.
But y'all can't be coming in and out of the house, and my parents are Gen Xers and I'm a millennial, and they told us that you can't come in and out of the house. You better drink out.
Right, no, he's a millennial. I know him from childhood, like
K. Smith.
Yeah, that's Khalil. Also the game Khalil, but yeah.
You put him onto my stream?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, nice. Welcome, K. Smith.
Khalil, no, Bree, you got to say the game, please.
What's the game? You want me to say the game?
Yeah, the game.
Oh, welcome the game, K. Smith.
Well, no, not welcome the game. No, he loses the game.
Oh, you lose the game, K. Smith. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm not doing good.
Gracefully insane, yes, absolutely. And I had a ton of them, yes.
You had garbage pail kids?
Girl,
what?
Yeah, everybody. We all had them. Yeah, they were horrifying.
Pill, no way. This is the thing.
Garbage.
Oh yeah, and then you would trade them. You would trade them. Yeah.
Pokemon cards. These.
No, they didn't have any actual game value of any kind. They were just disgusting, and you would just try to get them all.
Am I allowed to say they were weird looking or no?
Is this it?
Oh, they're gross.
Okay.
So weird looking. Yeah.
Are these it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, God.
So they basically were like a riff off Cabbage Patch Kids, because Cabbage Patch Kids were so weird looking anyway that this company, after like a lawsuit and everything, but this company created these like trading cards, and some of them were so gross. But I see several that I had as we're scrolling through. I'm like, oh yeah, memories. Thanks, Gracefully Insane. Yep.
How is this kid friendly? Like,
you have to remember, like, I think I watched Poltergeist at like 5 years old for the first time. And it scarred me for years. So like, we all watched Goonies at like 7, and you know what I mean? Like we had a different gauge for appropriateness.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. See that. Alexis Connie says, I miss games from the 2000s. Millsbury was the okay. Alexis Connie says, and bring back Neopets. That was still around. Yeah, Neopets were around.
Neopets was the jam, though.
Oh my gosh. Island says, I've deep dived in. There was exactly one serious injury from a lawn dart, and it occurred because a kid was trying to throw them over a house. So, okay, not too dangerous, I guess.
Yeah, I guess that depends on how you would categorize like serious injury.
Right.
I've seen a lot of blood and scars from lawn darts. So
no one filed a lawsuit. That's the thing.
No, well, we weren't exactly like we have to rush to the hospital type. We were often alone. So, it was kind of like, okay, somebody go in the house and get a towel, but not one of the good ones. And then that was
That's real.
You know what I mean? And if it was still bleeding when your parents got home, then they would help take care of it. But yeah.
That is real. Phoenix Wallace says, my year for the baby things, we were given a doll with a key attached to your wrist. It would cry in the middle of the night and you'd have to the key to
Oh yeah, they had the like codes.
Mm-hmm.
See, I didn't have that class, but I knew that it existed.
Yeah. Small says, you know what minimizes teen pregnancy? Comprehensive sex ed. I mean,
I agree.
I don't know about that. I was in sex ed in 5th grade, 6th grade, 7th grade, 8th grade, and 11th grade. And I still know some teen pregnancies that were in all of those classes with me. So I don't know if that really helps the situation. But I mean, statistics, I guess. There's lower teen pregnancy now, I guess. But there's still a lot. But maybe. Small says, thank you. It was I was very surprised Kimmy Walker nominated, accepting her apology.
We forgive Kimmy. We forgive her. Collectively, as a generation, we forgive Kimmy.
I appreciate that. What did I say? What did I say?
I think you said that we were not activists or something, and then we went down a huge rabbit hole.
I feel like I said y'all need to do something about boomers, but okay.
You said, how do you feel about basically, these were not your words,
being the middle child.
Right.
We're like, what did y'all do?
Yeah.
Better than the boomers and millennials. Like, why are you
not better than the boomers? Why are the boomers still there? Like, get the boomers out. Actually, I'm not even.
Well, I'm not going to go kill off my parents anytime soon, but you know.
Off, but like, can we vote them out? Like, geez. Okay, you know what? Never mind. My apology has been accepted or nominated. I wronged a generation. I was forgiven by it. We're good.
Not you wronged the whole generation.
But I was forgiven by. Listen, Cheryl said I was forgiven by the whole generation.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah, for all you know, indexers, past discretions. Yeah,
they'll put down their pitchforks and. Coming after Kimmy, and says she'll take you all to a strip club. Phoenix Valley says, Red Rover, ride over.
No, Red Rover, send whoever, ride over.
Oh,
did you play that game?
Huh?
Bree, did you play Red Rover?
No. Oh, did I play it as a child? Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
We're beyond. We're 3 hours in. Okay. Because Small says, yeah, because people stay sitting on Gen X, and it's really unwarranted. Are we letting go of all of Kimmy's caused drama?
No, Kimmy's out of it. She's good. Like I said, we are opening minds and educating people tonight. We're all good. Go back.
Hey, don't come for Gen Z.
Wait, no, go back. It says don't come for Gen Z. Yeah. Chill out. I came for Gen X. I've been forgiven by Gen X. I didn't say shit about Gen Z.
What 17-year-olds want the smoke? What 17-year-olds want the smoke? Smalls is going to explain why Gen Z is important when none of them are even here in the BriHive.
Don't come for Gen Z. No one said anything about them. It was X. We're good.
I said something about Gen Z.
Okay, well then you know what?
We're way off of the am I the a-hole.
Problematic with these generations.
Yeah. Small says Gen Z is gonna save us. Most millennials are broke. Okay, that's their problem.
Okay.
And
Gen Zers are broke too. What are we talking about? Like everyone.
Well, but what's gonna happen? Here's okay. I think I understand where you're coming from, Smalls. Because what's going to happen is Gen Z is basically going to live with their parents until they're like 40 years old. They're going to have plenty of money saved up. They're all going to be able to buy houses. And at that point, they're going to have pretty decent jobs. So then, you know, it'll all be fine.
I agree. Gen Zers don't want to work. They don't want to get an education. They want to be YouTubers and all of those things. I mean, I know that's what I'm doing, but that's my
business. You know, YouTubers, they just rake in millions, every single one of them.
Not every single one of them. Otherwise, I want to have a regular job. I mean, no, Gen Zers are going to bankrupt America, and someone's going to come over like China or the freaking Germans that have been trying to get us for a while.
That are breastfeeding. The breastfeeding Germans are the issue.
The breastfeeding Germans are absolutely the problem.
Come over to America and take us over because Gen Zers do not want to work. And we're not going to
solid.
Millennials, Gen Xers, late Gen Xers, we are not going to have no social security because freaking Gen Zers want to be TikTok stars doing that little dance. So that's what I have to say.
Kimmy, solid effort to bring it back to Am I the A-hole? Solid effort.
Oh.
It was an attempted segue. I give you credit. We blasted right through it, but you tried.
Bree, you know what? Let's just do it. Love to the chat. Let's do another Am I the A-hole? Okay.
But Tanya said we're almost at 48 likes.
Okay, so then we're
if we do one more Am I the A-hole, maybe we'll get to 50.
Okay, let's do that. Okay. And let me pull this one up real quick. Kimmy, you're the one starring all the chats, and then you're telling me not to look at the chats. So
wipe them all out. We love the chat. We love the chat, but we're gonna try to push through.
I'm gonna pull this one in. Gracefully Insane says 2000s is retro now. So I'm old. Like, we're not retro yet. They gotta calm down on that one. But not calling anyone else that's in the retro sphere. The retro sphere is wild. But not calling anybody else old. But it's like, are we retro yet? I don't think so. 2000 was like 20 years ago.
I am going to abuse my starring power. So Khalil says, doesn't mean my family stopped me from drinking from the hose. Khalil, I was just trying to get some of your knowledge of the hose drinking and the generations and before I was forgiven, I was trying to use some of your, so, okay, we're done.
Okay, and then from there, we are going to jump into another Am I the A-hole, but I don't think we have another poll going up, so I'm going to end this poll. Kimmy, do you want to do another poll, or should we just read off the titles that we have?
Okay, I'm going to read off the titles and then chat, so put a 1 in the chat if you want to do Am I the A-hole for outshining the bride.
Oh, I thought we had a poll for that. No? I thought
they're the same stories, but people are voting.
Yeah, they're the same stories, but instead of doing a poll and waiting for it now, we'll just do it live. So 1 is outshining the bride, 2 is calling my wife fat, and 3 is taking advantage, which the title has it in quotes, of my girlfriend. So 1 is outshining the bride, 2 is calling my wife fat, and 3 is taking advantage of my girlfriend.
I see what you said.
I feel like outshining the bride is going to be the fastest.
Everyone's saying 1. Much so. Yeah,
I see why you said I only had 5 stories because I copied and pasted for taking advantage of my girlfriend twice. So my bad on that. I thought I had 6 stories. Okay, so it looks like we're doing more on outshining the bride. So let's go ahead and pop that one in. This one is a longer story with a couple of edits. So we'll do the story, then we'll do the edits, and then we'll go in. And then I just wanted to read the poll results from that's which story should we do next. Never mind. I don't want to read that. Okay, let's go ahead and have Bossy B bring us in. All right. So am I the a-hole for outshining the bride? So I, 27 female, am a Black African woman. I'm living and working in Germany for a fixed period of secondment. While here, I became quite friendly with a colleague, 60 female, and she invited me to her daughter's wedding. I was excited as I've never been to a white wedding. That's one way to describe it. I asked if there was a dress code color scheme to adhere to since it wasn't specified on the invite. I was told the code is dressed to impress. She said, bet. Day of the wedding, I understand the excitement of the assignment. I wear a traditional wear, which is really beautiful and obviously not German. The garment is green, so no problem there. Or so I thought. I get a lot of questions and compliments at the weddings, which I genuinely downplay because it's not my day. My colleagues seem colder than usual, but I pay it no mind since she's mother of the bride and could be preoccupied. The bride is downright rude to me, but again, I gave her grace. I congratulate her and thank her for including me, and I get a tight, straight face response. I guess that's like tight lips response. I keep to the edges of the room as the music isn't really my vibe, and I'm just observing how European weddings work. I leave around 8 after 5 hours and go home before the wedding finishes. Monday, I walk into whispers in the office. People actually strangely and more reserved than usual. The office friend pulls me aside and fills me in. Bride's mother is fuming. My outfit was too extravagant. OTT. I don't know what OTT stands for.
Over the top?
Over the top.
Okay. Over the top and inappropriate. I drew attention from the bride and commandeered the room. I was rude and disrespectful. She's told people all about it, apparently. I approached mother of the bride and asked to speak, but she says she has nothing to say to me. I asked her why she has, I guess, a stank face. STH, whatever. Why she says to everyone else about me, but not to me, and she calls me an insolent child. I explained to anyone who scolds me that this was my first white people wedding. Why is she saying it like that? My first white people wedding. I specifically asked what to wear and followed the guidelines. Where I'm from, there's no such thing as outshining the brides. Weddings are a fashion show and a chance to wear your best and brightest colors. They told me this is in Africa, which was racially coded, and people here have manners. I laughed and told that person to go to hell. And so she's telling people I lack remorse for my behavior. I'm wondering if I really am the a-hole, though. Okay, so that's the initial story. So is she the a-hole for basically wearing bright colors to a wedding, that all of which were not white? Okay. Edit. The dress inspo I showed to my tailors is now on my profile to help you. Edit 2, I'm about to board a flight. Someone told me to go back to my country, so I'm doing just that. Don't let them kick you out the country, sis. Thanks for the feedback. I'm guessing not the a-hole, but could have inquired further. Done research is fair. Some of y'all are so pressed about white people weddings. It literally means it's the first wedding I've been to where the bride, groom, and wedding party are white. It's really not that deep. I mean, I get what she was saying, but it is a strange way to say it. I've never been to white people's weddings. Thanks for the engagement, and I see ya. Okay. This thread is locked due to excess rule violations. Oh my gosh. I don't even know where to start with that. So I'm going to go ahead and jump into the chat.
Since she said she was told to go back to her country, and she is, I guess we can kind of make an assumption as to what kind of rules were broken.
Yeah, I can agree with that. They were probably being definitely racist. So let's bring it into the chat. Okay, let's see what the chat thinks. And I think we got a poll up saying who is the a-hole, the wedding guest, the bride, everybody, nobody. Okay, we got the vote going up. We'll check it out in a minute. We got John Smith saying, I was hit by a car and walked it off for instance, riding my bike. I don't know what that's referring to.
I'm guessing that's a Gen X comment.
Oh, sorry. Oh, yeah, I walked it off. Yeah, and you're going to the hospital.
Oh, I didn't mean to store that one. My bad.
No, going to the hospital, John Smith. I feel you on that. Crystal Yell says, lawn darts, don't tell mom I hit you. You're okay. Oh, my God.
You got it. You got it.
Yep. Story on that. Have a story on that.
Don't tell mom.
Oh my gosh, haven't seen you in forever in the chat saying that's a lot of sex ed. I had like literally 5 years of sex ed. And if I'm not mistaken, I probably had it in 10th grade too. But for sure, I know I had it in all those years.
I had it from 4th 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, and then in high school too.
Yeah. So they try. It didn't
Was
work on
yours-
some of it.
Was yours comprehensive then? It wasn't abstinence only?
Yeah, no, they told you about STDs. They told you about pregnancy. We watched a baby be birthed. Like it
Well,
was
right,
a whole thing.
But how did they tell you to prevent babies and STDs? Just abstinence? Or
No, they told you about protection and also abstinence. So they told you spermicides and the female condom. They had everything. Everything. Boring. I mean, I guess it was boring to some people because they still got teen pregnancy.
they didn't whip out like the banana?
Oh, yeah. Yes. Okay. He says, are we doing another AMLA? Dang, I was taking too long for y'all. All right. We did it. Alexis Carney says, y'all go look at the moon real quick if you get a sec. It's beautiful and golden. I think yesterday was technical full moon peak, but it's still basically a full moon. I would go check it out after we're done with this. Tanya D says, white wedding. Shout out to Billy Idol. Alexis Carney says the mother of the bride / office friend is wrong to me. I agree. Alexis Carney says I would never want a friend of another culture to be less of their culture for a wedding. Like if you're insecure about yourself, just say that. And it's like, why not just tell her or send her picture examples? Because you clearly know she's from somewhere else. Help her out. Alexis Carney says, and she was gaslit and now gaslighting herself. No, my girl went back to her country. She said, F y'all. Small says, Western brides are so insecure. Shaking my head, just weak. Alexis Island says, was the bride upset or the mom? Sounds like the bride was tight-lipping her too. The thing about it is, probably my African sis's badonkadonk was sitting right and her boobies was sitting right and her colorful was bright and colorful, or her dress was bright and colorful, and the bride was like, I don't really have all that. Whether she was, voluptuous herself or not, I'm going to tell y'all straight up, when Africans put it on, Africans put it on. And I'm not even talking about African Americans. I think she said she was African. If I'm not mistaken. Yeah, a black African woman. When Africans put it on, just sit down and pipe down. I'm not African, okay? My husband is African, and they put it on, you set yourself up for failure. Like you do not want to, just sit down and be quiet. They should have gave her an example of what to wear. And that could also be just being culturally ignorant from where she's coming from and just being like, I mean, she could have easily said semi-formal, but she said dress to impress. My sister said bet. Like that was the comment. She said bet.
Understood the assignment.
Yeah. Alexis Carney says, well, she's not like gaslighting herself, but processing her own gaslighting. But I think posting on Reddit can lead to a problematic audience responding to that. Agreed. Phoenix Waller says, so I'd heard this one before and some on TikTok, and it was really just a cultural clash. I guess from where OP was in Africa, dresses are extravagant. Yeah, I'm going to click on what her dress inspo was in a second. Small says, if your wedding guest can outshine you, you did your wedding wrong. Right. That's on you. I want every single guest to be for every event I throw to bring their A game, the absolute best. Gracefully insane. Yeah, I don't think the guest was the a-hole. She was good enough to ask what the dress code was and was told to dress her best. Not her fault. She did the homework and showed up. And I mean, their idea of dress the best may not be her idea of dress the best. And that's her problem that's the mom's problem for not indicating that. And like I said, it was probably sitting straight.
I don't understand inviting your parents' coworkers to your wedding.
Like, why would you want to pay for that?
Why would you want to pay for that? Like, isn't that supposed to be your most intimate day with your most loved ones?
Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
I agree. I'm trying to find her post of the outfit. Edit the dress inspo showed to my tailor is down on my profile to help you. But where is it? I'm trying to find it.
I've actually also read this one before a while back, but I think there were so many steps along the way where this kind of miscommunication could have been avoided. So I definitely don't think that the OP is the a-hole, but I do think that dress to impress can be interpreted so many different ways, right? Like, does dress to impress mean like go all out, turn it out and go be flashy? Does it mean, really elegant and you know what I mean? Like what does that mean? It means different things. So I do think some extra clarification, like if you're really unsure and you're asking like, hey, what do you mean by that? Can you send me some examples, right? Like
Right.
send me some links to dresses that you think like that refers to, right?
And
so I think that could have been done. Or even just to answer the question, like I'm going to say, yeah, dress to impress. So like this kind of style, is like, or even just, hey, this is kind of what I'm wearing. You know what I mean? So I think there's a lot of different ways that it could have been avoided. But ultimately, if they said dress to impress, and that was her interpretation of that because that's her culture and that's what she's used to, that's not her fault. And if the bride feels like she was overshadowed or had her thunder stolen or whatever, then that, I don't know. In my opinion, I just don't think that a bride could ever have her thunder stolen by somebody's dress. I mean, unless they like literally came in naked and it was just caused like a huge, dramatic thing. But if everybody is talking about this one guest instead of the bride, then you have crappy guests.
Yeah. And I can guarantee you it's probably not her dress. It was probably because of her complexion, to tell you the truth. Like she said, she never been to a white wedding. She was probably the only Black person there. I have been the only Black person at a wedding before. I have been that only Black person at a wedding before. Of course, my dress was like simple. It was just one color, but I think I looked hot in it. So, people got comments, right? I'm gonna show y'all the dress, and the dress is not something that you would think would outshine a bride, in my opinion. And I would tell you this, for my own wedding, I just did like a little courthouse wedding, and my husband's family had on African attire, and my mom had on her own jumpsuit with sparklings on it and all kinds of stuff. I had a $40 Shein dress, and nobody outshined me still. So I don't know how, as a bride, you can feel like being outshined, and literally her dress does kind of look like my $40 Shein dress for my wedding, but it's just kind of African style. I'm gonna go with her body was probably banging, because this is not even outrageous. I'm about to show y'all right now. This is the dress for her inspiration. So I'm assuming it was something similar to this, but green. This is a regular dress. Like literally my wedding dress was like this, but just white with no sparkles. So this is a basic dress to me. So I'm going to assume her body was just banging and they was a little shook on it. That's my opinion on it. I don't know. Maybe her dress looked a little bit different, but regular dress, in my opinion. There's nothing extravagant about it. It's not a ball gown. It's just literally a form-fitting dress for a woman. So I don't know if you guys have any opinions on it, or if I'm just downplaying it. I don't think that you can outshine a bride if the bride, I'm not worried about nothing nobody got going on. So
no, that like if you look good in a dress versus if you're like trying to, like, if it was one of those wild, super crazy dresses that's just completely out of pocket, like, but that's a gorgeous dress. Like, that looks really pretty. And if she has a gorgeous body to fill it out, that maybe the bride doesn't and is jealous of, like, okay.
It's like there's like not even cleavage on that dress if it was made the exact same way.
No, that's a beautiful dress. I think it's super elegant. I don't super love the spikes, but like that's not an over. It's just a like personal taste thing. That's not anything to do with the bride. The bride and her mother need to get over themselves.
Yeah, it's a simple dress to me. I guess the colors can play a role in it, but if you didn't tell me a color scheme, then I don't stick to the color scheme, because I think she said hers was green. This one is more of like an aqua color. So no, it doesn't look like a wedding dress. It's not a ball gown. It's something I agree with Cheryl in, like, okay, if you wanted a certain look, you could have said, cocktail or black tie, but I think this will even fall under black tie, especially when you're talking to someone from Africa. This will fall under black tie, in my opinion.
Yeah, and if like I said, if they had a very specific thing in mind, right? Like if everybody was wearing just like, I don't know, sort of like a simple sheath dresses or something, like single color, no embellishments. Like if that's your idea of turning it out, then give her pictures to follow. You know what I mean? Like, hey, this is kind of what we're wearing. This is what I'm wearing, and send a picture of your dress. At least that will give somebody a better idea. I think that's a really pretty dress, but ultimately I find it, I don't know. We got married in Jamaica when I will get divorced in Texas, but we got married in Jamaica, and so I wore a sundress to my wedding, but I'm also like, I want all my guests to be comfortable. So if that's your culture, or if that's what you feel good in, then wear whatever you feel good in, whatever you want to party in all night, whatever. And I'm also somebody who, like, when it comes to dealing with somebody who's trying to put all the attention on themselves deliberately, which I'm not saying she tried to do, but you hear about these stories, especially in this Reddit, where somebody's deliberately trying to cause drama, right? They wore a wedding gown or, something like that. Well, then in my opinion, everyone for the most part should ignore that person. And everyone should be paying attention to the bride and let that person just wallow in the fact that she wasn't able to cause the drama. And if she does keep trying to cause drama, I say she because in this, wearing a wedding dress in my scenario, then somebody should be escorting her out, and then everyone can go on about their business and enjoy the wedding. I don't think this is distracting. I don't think that she intended to do anything like that. So in my, I think that the mother or the whatever coworker or whoever she is, and the bride were out of line.
Yeah, I'll tell you, this is minimalistic.
It's a pretty dress.
It's very pretty, but it's minimalistic if you're talking about Africans coming to a wedding. I'll tell you that.
Right. That's not what I imagined at all when they were talking about the green and the go back to your country. Like, what? Yeah.
The only thing I can say is that her body was probably banging in the outfit, and the bride felt inferior.
Right.
Because this is a dress. I'm sorry, it's not like something super spectacular. Like even her saying, "Oh, it's like an African style dress." This is like literally my wedding gown from Shein looks like this, but white and probably not the same material and no colors on it. It was literally an off the shoulders. Mine had a kind of a sweetheart neckline, like literally the same style.
I know what a sweetheart neckline, but just in case somebody doesn't, what does that mean? Is that like just
kind of like the I don't know, the boob cup show? That's what I say, sweetheart neckline. Okay. It's like a little, it kind of comes down towards the cleavage. It's like two little circles around the top of a heart, but for your boobs. If that makes sense.
Okay. Because I lied. Yeah. I don't know anything about anything. So the little boobs is the heart on the boobs.
I will show y'all my wedding thing if I can block out the people's faces when I show y'all, but it's literally the same thing. It's just an off the shoulder thing, which certain body types look good with off the shoulders. I know particularly for me, I look good with off the shoulder. So I don't know. This is not this is not something I would think is like outshining me. I don't think nobody ever
No.
outshines me. I mean, I pick my outfit and that's my outfit. If it don't, I don't think I've ever run into anyone that I felt insecure about of them outshining me in the outfit. So that has something to do with the coworker, her daughter, and her mom. Okay,
Yeah.
I think that's all we're probably going to cover today because we have been on here for almost 4 hours live streaming. So let's check out the chat. Or we'll check out the
I was going through during. I can go back and start stuff.
Okay, we just literally hit our 50 like goal. So I'm gonna go ahead and play our like goal animation. And as you know, it has a loud explosion, but you know what? I'll do the one with the loud explosion later, but I'm going to play it. If you want to reduce your volume, I'm going to play it in 3, 2, 1. Smash the like goal. Just did it in the backwards order and splashing the like goal or smashing the like goal. I'm going to go ahead and pull up the comments, or I thought we had.
Didn't you introduce the like goal on the last like members only stream?
I think so, yeah.
That scared the ever loving
everybody. They were like, what the hell?
Oh my god, my soul left my body.
Oh my gosh.
Oh no, wait, I went
I still need to fix it. I do still need to fix it. Okay. I don't know. Do we have any more comments?
Well, I was going through them while we were reading them because I didn't know we were going to start after this one. So now I don't remember which one we didn't actually read.
Okay, that's fine. Island says, if I could pull off the dress, I'd wear it in a heartbeat. It's a nice dress, but it's not over the top in my opinion. Right?
Right.
Tiny D says it definitely is pretty simple dress. I agree with that. It's nice, but to me, that's not even like an African style dress. So says Bria is right. I expect it extravagant. That's not extravagant for an African. I agree. Gracefully insane says Smalls. Oop, did you just use me? Alexis County says, I hope you have a good night. Thank you for the stream. Thank you for joining. We've been on for a long time. Chris Yo says to Smalls, I was young. He kept asking what my future husband wanted. You guys are talking about the tube tie-in, I think. Smalls says, okay, you guys are chatting. Tiny D says you have plenty of shorts you can make from the stream. I just got to sit down.
The stream is gonna be done. I have not even been like started. I'm not going to be canceled before I've even started. Like, absolutely not. We're done with it.
Kimmy's going to be petitioning to take the whole stream down. Take it down.
No.
Hey, you can't take away my watch hours, Kimmy. Okay, you guys are talking to each other. Y'all having a whole conversation. Okay. Yeah, it's not a loud dress. To me, it's a simple dress. It's not much going. I mean, it's nice for sure, but it's not something to outshine somebody, in my opinion. I feel like you can get that from a store, honestly, but whatever. Anyways, that is the end of the live stream. I don't have anything else for y'all. We are 4 hours in almost, and it's time for a nap. To tell you the truth. Thank you everyone that has joined the live stream. Thank you Cheryl C and Kimmy for joining the members live stream and giving us your opinions. We will be back on Tuesday, I believe. I think I should be available. No court cases or anything like that. So we should have our live stream on next Tuesday. I hope to see everyone there, and I hope everyone has a wonderful rest of their 3-day weekend. Enjoy your Memorial Day, and I will see you all on the next